go. This is Emily C., my new bestie.
I hate the idea that someone out there hates me. I even hate thinking that Al-Qaeda hates me. I think if they got to know me, they wouldn't hate me.
This stole the show. Emily C. was phenomenal.
There's something you need to know.
What?
You're doing great.
Look at my baby. Here she is. Emily. 10 out of 10. Huge fan.
I see Emily C says 123. I trust her. She's really good.
Listen, Turtle. Listen, Turtle. You gotta watch your language. You gotta watch your language. I'm already live. So you need to follow the FCC guidelines.
She destroyed, left nothing in her path. It was so good.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm Emily C., and I fell asleep while putting my son to bed tonight. So I just woke up. I apologize for whatever state my brain is about to be in. But if there's anybody that can wake me up, it's the Rut-Row King himself. So please join me in welcoming the expert.
I'm jealous that you got a nap. I'm jealous of that.
I don't know.
How are you doing?
I'm great. You broke the internet.
How? I mean, no, I probably did because I think I need a new Ethernet cord.
No, Rut-Row is the Rut-Row heard around the world.
It really does say Rut-Row.
I told you, like, I have listened to that so many times and never heard it, and everybody said the same thing. Like, this is why it's so fun to see this trial from a new perspective, like from your perspective, because it was the best. I cannot stop laughing about the way when your little head perks up.
Yes, you said something about that, and you put that short up, and I looked at it, I was like, oh man, it's like a prairie dog, you know. It's like coming out of the
like, did he Scooby-Doo?
Did he just Scooby-Doo?
Did he just Scooby-Doo?
I felt so dumb. I caught myself, you know, because you guys were giving me a hard time. I kept saying, I'm sorry. You know, I was like, it's a tick. I can't help it.
Yeah, will somebody do an I'm sorry count in the chat tonight? See how many times you apologize.
No sorries.
That's okay. I rewatched my stream that I did the other day about Kelsey Fitzsimmons, and I said about 400,000 times. So I'm going to try to get better at not saying
I went back and started watching your very first stream because you had talked about it. You told me about it. And I got 8 minutes into it, and I was like,
only.
Do what?
I need to make that members only or something.
No, because I was like 8 minutes into it. I was like, oh, this is content. Like, I wanted to play it and just be like, okay, guys, let's see where it all began. And
wait, in the middle of it, I'm talking, and then I'm like, oh my God, you guys, I think I just had a panic attack.
Oh, I didn't make it to there. Yeah, I really, when I see something, I like to watch it. You know, like if I was doing anything, I want to see it for the first time, so you get my initial reaction. And you said something, and I was like, did she just say what I think she did? And I was like, I rewound. I was like, oh man, like this is gonna be so great. Like I've got to save this. But you did really good. Like I said, you're natural.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. At the very end of my first stream, I said, please don't like this video and don't subscribe and don't share it. And then I was like, I think I'm probably the first person on YouTube to ever be like, hey, just keep this a secret between us.
Oh, I've got to find that. If I find that, I'm going to clip it. I'm just telling you that right now.
Have you been watching the Afroman trial?
Oh yeah, yes, the Afroman. He's my dude.
I've had stuck in my head all week. Randy Walker is the son of a bitch. Ooh.
Oh, it's so funny. Like
it's so funny.
The reaction is, it reminds me of what you've shown me of some of the Canton stuff. And when he says on the stand, if you guys, You guys, Randy Walker is like the head police guy. Not he's the sheriff is elected, so it's not he's not that. And well, Lisa.
This lady
Anyway,
crying was everything.
Randy, they asked the Afroman's attorney said, "Did he? So are you saying that he slept with your wife?" And he goes, "I don't know." And then he goes, "I don't know."
Do you feel like he misunderstood what it means to be on the stand? Like he thought he was going to get the truth. Like he's been wondering if Afroman really did sleep with his wife. So he thought like in that moment they were going to be like, and he did. Like he's been wondering. He was just there to find out.
Yes, 100%. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. And it's weird because I was watching like the judge was kind of and
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? It's
in
all
Norfolk
these
County. That was a Norfolk County judge.
well, all of these judges and stuff, like okay, so like Adams County, where this happened in Ohio, is the poorest county in the state of Ohio, and they've never had a TV camera in there, for a trial. And I started thinking to myself, I was like, it's like, is he playing it up for the camera? And I started thinking, I was like, now it's because of YouTube. I bet you, these small towns and stuff like that, it's gonna change. People just they see a camera and they get starry-eyed.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those kind of like perfect trials where it was like everybody kind of played their part perfectly. Like the costumes, the suit, the attitudes, the crying. It was like you couldn't script that for a TV show if you wanted to.
Oh, so great. And it was like what, 2.5, 3 days. And it's like that's how long a trial should be. I mean, that's normal. And a lot of these YouTubers are like, why was it so short? And I'm like, because that's how they are. That's how real trials are.
Yeah. I have to tell you, so you know how you talk about your how you guys all get together at Dollywood every year and it's like so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
I met people in real life this weekend. So I went to Meatball Morrissey Skeddystain's house in Laconia, New Hampshire with a group of people from here. And I get why you guys like talk about it all year now. It was so much fun.
So good. That means we'll be looking for you in June.
Yeah, I'll be at Dollywood.
And
yes, Meatball Lemon Pound Cake is a banger.
Wait, are you serious? Because like there's a lot of people that keep. No, listen, you can't do. All right,
Mm-hmm.
All week I've had people come in and say, "I'll show up if Emily shows up."
Yes, with Nurse
Karen
Kim.
from Florida.
So much fun.
Karen, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I'll think
Kathy
about it. If I can, I will.
It'll be awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Yeah. We'll talk.
And do you want to share your snacks before we get started?
So y'all know that I'm a huge fan of the show. Emily has great taste. I trusted her with the orange. I do not like fruit. Okay. I do not eat fruit on a daily basis. I don't know if you guys realize this or not. I'm suffering from scurvy right now. But we also share a love, and I have had this before, is the Grillo's pickled de gallo. But she told me, have you ever tried these? The Menina chips. And so I got a brand new bag of these and a brand new thing of pickled de gallo. And I was like, I'm gonna bring it on here. It's gonna be show and tell. So
also, you guys, somebody in the comments last week said you can put that bag in the microwave. Which
yeah, you said that.
Sounds bananas. I feel like now I kind of want to like toast those chips.
Okay, now we're gonna make a big old plate of nachos. I'll be back.
Do it. Okay, wait. This is Lynn Britton sent $5 and said, y'all, grants got struck for was coverage when not watching this awesome coverage. Please stop by his channel if you could. Thank you so much. Sorry to intrude. So help my friend Grant out. I literally had on earlier my towel sweatshirt. Help Grant out. Go help Grant. Okay, are you trying the chips right now?
First chip. Now, do you suggest I taste the chip first, or just go right into the pickled gallo?
I think that's up to you. Like if you want to know them separately first and then together, or if you just want to go for it.
Let's dive in. I mean, I'm not one to read warning signs.
Grant's always a little bit lost in his thoughts in the best way. Grant is the only person who's rolled a blunt on the Emily C show. How shocking. What do you think?
Whoops. Sorry, I hit the camera. Okay. So, yeah, Emily described these as, she described them perfectly for me because I love, it's about the texture of it. And it's not, the real light, like restaurant style chips, y'all. Like it's trying to get to that, but it's not so thin that it would break. It's a really good quality chip.
And they like crunch easily, but they're like sturdy.
Yeah, and okay, when you say crunch easily, I know this is gonna sound weird, but it's not like you bite into a chip, you have like like sharp edges or anything like that. It didn't feel like that. It felt like the grains fell apart.
Yeah, like it doesn't feel like you can scratch up your mouth. No, you're 100% correct. The other flavor that I love of those is the jalapeno agave. They're like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a little bit spicy, but not really.
I didn't bring chip clip either.
Okay, here's the plan tonight. So last week we learned the Commonwealth's theory, and we learned that through our friend Trooper Paul. And today we're going to start by giving Trooper Paul a little tiny redemption arc because we, in one of these recent, I love that idea. Sheila said we need a Scooby emoji. I'm going to do that. I write myself a note right now. Bro emoji. Yes. Okay. So we, in one of these recent document dumps, we got Trooper Paul's report and his like full report that he did. And again, he was set up to fail because it's not possible to make the pieces of this fit, but I digress. But I want to show you his report first because he couldn't testify very well, but he actually like knows how to write a report. And this is going to become important later too, because the replacements. So Trooper Paul does not testify in the retrial, which tells you what the Commonwealth thinks of him. Instead of having Trooper Paul testify, they spent $400,000 or $400,000 to hire a company called Aperture. We'll talk about them in a minute. But I want to show you first Trooper Paul's report. So check this out, you guys. And if you haven't seen this yet, you're welcome because, okay, hold on. Let's zoom this a little bit. I'm going to learn how to do this one day.
Yeah.
That's good enough. Okay. So, whatever all this nonsense is, first of all, are you impressed just in general that he was able to even fill that out? So it says, on Saturday, January 29th, 2022, a single vehicle collision involving a pedestrian occurred in the area of 34 Fairview Road in the town of Canton. On January 29th, 2022, at approximately 1400 hours, I was assigned to reconstruct this collision by Sergeant Brian Mahoney. I don't know that you know who that is. Cars and I arrived at the Canton Police Department on February 1st at approximately 10:15 hours. I was met at the Canton Police Department and was assisted in this reconstruction by Trooper Zach Clark, Trooper Michael Proctor, some lady named Carol, Sean Good. He's no longer there either. And it was limited, his scope was limited to the reconstruction of the collision. The weather condition at the time of the crash was light snow, so he knew that. The light snow started at approximately 23:34 hours. That's very precise. Like, he really did his research, and that's true. Lighting condition was nighttime with overhead mounted lights in the area. The light snow continued through the night, and then it transitioned to heavy snow throughout the day. That's not important at all to an accident, but I think they probably told him to put that in. He got pictures from Google Earth, the northbound, the southbound.
He couldn't take his own pictures?
Who knows?
Okay.
He collected all the information about the speed limit, the number of lanes. He knows how to do a report, right? So the collision occurred on Fairview. Look, he has the GPS coordinates, which I spent a lot of time with those GPS coordinates this week because Kyle Sharkey just FOIA'd the GPS coordinates for the troopers who said the GPS coordinates for the patrol car of the troopers that said they found taillight at 34 Fairview. And we're going through and cross-referencing all their GPS locations with this GPS data. And so far, none of them were at 34 Fairview on the day that they said they found taillight. Now, they can always say this is why this one's kind of in the end, not that exciting for if we were prosecuting them, they could always just say they drove their personal vehicles. But we know. Harry Styles has a new song called Aperture. That's funny. Okay, so he has the roadway has a gradual 1 to 2 degree incline with minimal super elevation. The roadway markings are in good to excellent condition. There's no debris or defects. He really knew what to look for, which makes me think he understands his role as a crash reconstructionist. And if there's a straightforward accident where it's just this car hit that car, he's able to fill out a competent report about it.
You think he uses little Hot Wheels? I was deaf.
I hope so. I actually kind of do.
I do too. It'd be fun.
I think it's hilarious that in the report they went and they redacted John O'Keefe's name because it's we know his name. That's why we're all here. But anyways, these are the things they found. He has all the tools that they used. He had the operator redacted. Also, that doesn't say Karen Reed. Why is that so long? What's under there?
Yeah, right. Is that her car?
Yes, that's her car.
I thought it was white.
Oh, we haven't even done the car yet. Oh my gosh, we have so much to cover. Is this your first time seeing this? This is important then. So this is the damage to the car. Scratches, a scratch right there, a scratch right there. This is the piece of glass on the bumper that Proctor just tossed there and didn't belong to the car or the glass that John was holding. And then this is the broken taillight. There's not any dents. There's not any other sorry. There is a dent right there. It's like a quarter, like a little ding.
Where is it?
And there's a scratch right here. Dent. See, he even labeled his picture.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Work, Polly. But there's no, imagine a person standing behind a car that hits them going 24 miles per hour and to the point that it kills them. And there's no damage to the car, just a smashed in taillight. Yeah, scratches from the taillight removal. Wait, T-Bone said he definitely uses Hot Wheels.
That's awesome.
Finley.
So what we're saying is like what's the it's the Toyota Land Cruiser, but it with the Lexus badging. What's the this Lexus, this the LX, whatever that says right there. So this is the safest car on the road, evidently, for the driver, for the occupants.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has all the features. It beeps, and I feel like people get confused about the beeping because they talk about that you would hear the beeping if you're reversing and there's somebody behind you, but it's not just if they're behind you. Like that's actually not a safety feature. It beeps if there's anything like any amount of degrees to the right and to the left, because that's how you keep people safe. Like if I'm backing out of my driveway and there's a car 4 houses down coming down my street, my car will start beeping because it doesn't want me to back out. So yeah, it has all the features. Emily Live Your Life said, did I happen to find out any more information about the redacted sidebar that we saw? No, I asked ChatGPT. Nobody knows. Everything is like, well, maybe they talked about the injuries. And I'm like, but then they would have just redacted it, not impounded the entire thing. So I don't know. Yes. And there's a hair on the bumper somewhere. There's one hair over here that was John's hair. And they said that's proof that he was hit by a car. So there's that. Okay. So here he says. Where
did the hair come from off his body? Like, was it an arm hair? Or was it a head from his head? I mean, I don't know.
Unclear. It could have been in the car. No, it could have been in the car. Like he had really short hair. Like it was actually very weird. Like at first they sent it out and the first lab that they sent it to like couldn't even determine if it was like human hair. And then they had to send it to like an extra lab that like did some additional testing. And then they were like, oh, this is human hair. And I like don't even know if they found out definitely that it was John's. Yeah, now we call it the little hair that could. Just really held on tight. My hair sheds everywhere. Like I could never like commit a crime because like my hair would be there.
My wife's hair. I'm like, why is your hair in my sink?
Yeah.
And it's thick. It's sorry.
So they did a bunch of tests. Actually, I found this very interesting. I was like going back through Joe Paul's testimony and so the theory is that Karen reversed at 24.2 miles per hour. In Trooper Paul's testing, they have this thing called like a V box, this thing. And what you do on that is you can set the car to like specific miles per hour. So it's maybe like cruise control I was kind of picturing. And then you can kind of like see what the car does at each one of those increments. And so the maximum he did this 2 days after the crash. They didn't have a theory yet on how fast she was going. They hadn't extracted that infotainment data or anything yet. And he set the maximum to 25 miles per hour. And then he did these tests. So he was trying to get to 25 miles per hour. And then so happens that in the infotainment system, it went 24.2 miles per hour. Like, I think that that trigger event that he is calling Karen is from his testing.
Well, also like they extracted the information and found out how fast the car was going, right?
Yeah, but they didn't do that until like August or something.
But you don't have to do that. I mean, you can.
Right. Well,
if you're
in a normal investigation, they would have been like, oh, this man has dog bites on his arm and no bruises or broken bones. He didn't get hit by a car, so it doesn't matter what any cars in the area were doing. Let's go in the house and find out what really happened. But that's not what happened.
No.
But look, so Trooper Paul did all this. This is what I just wanted to show you, is that like he really
tried his best.
Okay, I thought this too. Karen said watching Trooper Paul do his reconstruction, the taillight was intact, but it wasn't. It was, they had already removed like the whole taillight housing, which also is shady. Why would you remove the entire taillight housing before you start your testing on the car? Unless you didn't want people to see in the video of the testing that the taillight still worked or didn't work. I don't know at what point they broke it. Anyways, this is like, look, he did all this. Good job.
Kinetics. Why not the question he could answer?
Oh, and look, he knew about kinematics. He just did.
Oh yeah, there, kinematics. Oh yeah, there it is.
Now, this is not a reconstruction. This is not a diagram of what he thinks actually happened. This is just explaining what forward projection is. I think he might have kept some of his notes in here that he was like supposed to delete. Yeah, he knew about all this stuff. So a little tiny redemption arc for him. I wanted to see, there's one part. Okay, wait. So this part, then they get into like, this is John's car, and we're going to talk about this tonight. They're trying to prove that when Karen backed out of John's house, she didn't actually hit John's car. Then it becomes clear that she actually did hit John's car because you see the car move. So then they're going to try to prove that she couldn't have broken her tail light doing that it was already broken. He did some measurements, took some pictures, did a whole thing. Now I want you to pay close attention to this, because he did all this, and then the Commonwealth is going to pay $400,000 for a really arrogant guy you're going to meet tonight to do the same thing. So he made diagrams, took a lot of
exact same thing.
Yeah. Did some measurements. So they're trying to say it couldn't have hit. And then even if it did hit, the tail lights wouldn't have touched. So this is what he's trying to prove, is there's no way the tail lights touched.
Oh, but that does that mark on her car though. And it does not match up to where there was a dent or whatever, the scratch.
Yeah. Okay, now this is important. Pay attention to this. So this is our friend Yuri Buchanan, if you remember him. And he's acting out being John. Again, we're going to... I can't with this picture. This is the cheesiest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is what they think happened. Like, this is truly, truly what the police think happened.
Well,
also, like, you don't want to flex. Sorry, dude. You didn't want to flex. You don't want to make a little muscle. You don't want people to think you had even a little bit of muscles in there.
Are you saying he should have worn a long sleeve shirt?
This is not a great look for Yuri. This is not Yuri's best angle.
Man.
This is the guy that did the karaoke and had his shirt off at the wedding.
Oh, okay. That guy. Yeah. Well, this looks a lot better than when he did that night. I mean,
yeah. But so this is truly what they think happened. So they think that there was a car 60 feet away from this man, and he stood there as the car reversed at him 24 miles per hour. And then, like, at the last second, I guess, he just put his arm right there like this, and the Lexus hit his arm right there, and then that killed him.
I don't think that means what you think it means. I mean, right? This is
the theory. This is the second in command of the investigation.
Listen, this is the first time I've ever heard this. Are you being serious about this? You're messing with me.
Yes.
You're messing with me. I know you guys are.
This is the theory. This is the theory.
It just hit his
His
arm.
body, or they said figure 41, body orientation. But I think he realized when he was standing here that the car didn't hit any of these parts of his body. So then he had to change it to this. And also, when he did that, when the car hit his arm that he just stuck out like that, it spun him around in a pirouette. He flew. And then Trooper Paul, remember, said, well, I didn't say he flew. And I didn't say he landed. He flew 30 feet, hit his head, and never came back, but also checked his phone at the same time. Yes. That's what happened.
Like, I know like the phone got underneath him, but he was on his phone.
Well, we're going to get into, we'll get to that in 1 minute when we switch over. So these are,
okay.
This is everything we saw last time. This is his really accurate map of everything. And that's Trooper Paul's report. And I think this actually is like real information that like smart people pay attention to, but I always just skip over that.
Well, this is Bosch. I mean, they do stuff.
Yeah. But like this is stuff that I don't understand, but I know people online do. So I appreciate that. And that's that. So that's where we were at the end. What the heck? There's no like X button for me to close that. That was weird.
So, okay. Look, in crime stuff, weird stuff happens. You'll see stuff that doesn't make any sense, but that's the way it is. That's the way things happen. So let's just say this did happen this way, and hitting the arm and going flying and spinning around and doing a curtsy and all that stuff, and
just dead.
Fine. Well, let's say that's what would happen. My problem is that it's Occam's razor. You want the simplest thing. It is usually the answer. And just, how I've said, like, I don't like DNA evidence. It's very complicated science to understand. And I don't think that like the average juror really gets a grasp of it as well as the defendant deserves for them to get it. It's just, to me, if you can make it simple and you make it just oh yeah, duh, one of those moments, then you have a clear and convincing case. But when you have like this stuff, it doesn't, the average person, it doesn't make sense to. I mean, the prosecution online, has a huge hurdle to overcome.
Yeah. Well, the people online that think Karen is guilty use Occam's razor a lot in their arguments. So they'll say like Occam's razor, like, what do you think? Did like 11 people in a house like lie about this and cover it up? Or did one person hit him? And it's like 11 people lied so they didn't get in trouble. That's the simplest explanation. They made it complicated because the police never investigated, but it's really not that complicated. So this is what we're going to look at tonight. Okay. The first trial ends in a hung jury, and now the Commonwealth is kind of stuck because they're like, okay, shoot, We
Hang on real
can't.
quick. I had to look it up to make sure I had it right. Are you familiar with Hanlon's razor?
No. What's that?
Hanlon's razor is never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity.
Never. I know I can't. Never. Say it again. Never attribute to malice what can be explained with stupidity.
Never attribute
Yeah.
to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I agree.
we'll go with Hanlon's razor. Everybody else can have Occam's. I don't like to be in the same club with other people.
Also, like, Canton Expat said Occam's. Oh, we have unicorns for your picture. Wait, I love that. That's a Bluey reference, just FYI. Okay.
What?
Canton Expat said Occam's razor is overused and used inappropriately, especially in this case. So what?
What'd you just say about the unicorn?
That profile picture is unicorns from Bluey.
Okay.
Okay. But
Unicorns
so
are awesome.
I agree.
All right. I like
the way that this is so true, because it's like Occam's razor is supposed to be like the simplest explanation for like a simple thing. So it's like if there's like a cup on the floor and there's juice on the floor next to the cup, the simplest explanation is that like that juice spilled out of that cup. So it's not like, wait, did like some other juice from like the refrigerator just like come out of the refrigerator and come and spill on the floor? No, that juice came from that cup. That's the simplest explanation. That's what makes sense. It's not meant to be like the solution, like of this multifaceted murder investigation. Like, oh, there must just be a simple answer. Like, oh, it was the car. Like, yes.
Oh my gosh, I love you so much. Oh my gosh, that's so unfair. That's a beautiful analogy. You're absolutely correct.
Thank you.
Yeah, if I see now about it's being misused, absolutely being misused, and I hate myself for
100%.
saying it. I'll never say it again. I now support
No,
100%
because
Hanlon's
there
razor
is-
and no other razor.
No,
Hanlon's
because there-
razor and feather razors from Japan. Sorry, what'd you say?
There is a time and a place to use like the simplest explanation. Like whatever, I can't think of a good one right now, but there are. It's not like everything should just be made so simple that like, oh, Occam's razor, like keep it simple, stupid. Like, no, things are complicated for a reason. And then also they'll say Occam's razor, and then they're like, because in the 1162 key cycle, if you look, and I'm like, that's not simple either. So anyways, the retrial starts, and in between the first trial and the second trial, the Commonwealth is left with these three puzzle pieces that really don't fit together. And these are the three puzzle pieces. John's phone last moves at 12:32:16. That is like a timestamp that they can't mess with. That is a benchmark that is true. Karen's phone connects to John's Wi-Fi at 12:36. That is a timestamp that they can't mess with. And they're trying to reconcile this, what do you call it? Map. That's John's last phone location, accurate up to 10 meters. So basically the phone could have been anywhere around the house. My point is they don't know. But those are the three pieces that they're trying to fit together. So they bring in these guys from Aperture.
Nobody brings in people.
You can tell that Aperture is a pay-to-play expert organization, because they have very good photographers taking their headshots. Because you will see in a minute that these men do not look like this. So you can know that they are getting paid a lot to say whatever people want them to say, and they are spending it on photographers.
Expert.
Now, before we start with them, I want to show you. I'm going to play some of my stuff tonight because this is like when I kind of went crazy making like 100 parody videos. So here's my explanation for what you're about to learn about tonight. That data back from the Reed Lexus LX57. Okay, great. Tell me what you guys did. Well, we started with a known key cycle 1164, and then we worked backwards to determine the key cycle of the incident. So 1163 was driving into the Sally port, 1162 was driving onto the tow truck, 1161. I'm going to stop you right there. 1162 was the incident. But according to the security camera footage that I watched, that's not possible. I said 1162 was the incident. Oh, okay. How did you determine that? I determined it with $400,000. Okay, great. So the incident occurred on the 1162 key cycle, and yep, I can see it right here. That was a backup maneuver. Wow, she is a monster. Is there anything else you want me to include? Yeah, see if you can explain how somebody would get a whole bunch of dog bites on their arm from a car. I'm on it. Say no more. Wait, what? I feel like I need to say more. So that's what we're going to learn about tonight.
I love the fingernail polish. You have one finger, different color.
Some of those were just because I had press on nails and I like ran out of one and I was like, ah, whatever.
Don't tell your secrets. You're supposed to say, well, thank you for noticing.
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, you say thank you and keep on rolling with it. Your mistakes are always on purpose.
Perfect. Yes, that. So, okay.
Taillight bites.
We're going to get into Aperture. And I was planning to start with the state first so you can kind of hear their theory. But we actually first need to jump ahead to the cross-examination where we learn Shannon Burgess's credentials. Now, I will warn you first, Shannon Burgess's testimony is so boring. Like, you guys, it is so much even more boring than I like remember it the first time. It's so boring. So I don't know how much we can even like stomach of him, but we'll watch some so we can figure out like what they're trying to say. But first, to understand all the jokes about him, here is Alessi cross-examining him about his credentials. So you know how normally, actually, let's go back. You know how normally when like the state brings on an expert, they first spend the first couple of things like tell the jurors your name and what's your degree and da-da-da. Hank skipped right over that. And there's a reason why, and here it is.
Another topic. Let's talk about professional credentials. You know what I mean by the term credentials?
Yes, I do.
Professional credentials are important in any profession, correct?
Correct.
And they're important in your forensic examiner profession as well.
Correct.
Your forensic scientists and examiners are no different than any other professional. That credentials are important. And your profession requires you to provide curriculum vitae, laying out your education, training, and background, correct?
Correct.
And it's imperative, is it not, that the information that is disseminated about your professional credentials are absolutely truthful, right?
Yes, they should be.
You
Watch
say
the
they
color
should
of
be.
his face.
Let's continue on with that topic. You understand what's meant by the term ethics, right, generally?
Yes, yes.
And civil ethics mandate that one is truthful about their professional credentials, correct?
Correct.
And a fundamental credential is what type of college degree you hold, correct?
Correct.
People rely on those credentials, and the credentials are the foundation of your expert opinions and analyses, correct?
They can be, yes.
They can be, and they often are, correct?
Yes, they can be depending on context.
But more often than not, they're important.
Yes, again, depending on context.
You know that not only your colleagues, but your clients, firm clients, courts, and juries will rely on your CV and your credentials in order to make determinations about whether you're qualified to testify and your depth of your qualifications, correct?
Correct.
You provided the Commonwealth, the defense, and the court with your CV in this case, correct?
Correct.
I can have a moment, Your Honor. I will get my first exhibits.
Also, so you can be prepared, Bev can't stand Alessi only because he's so long-winded.
Next exhibit.
Identification?
For identification at this.
Okay.
Anytime he's like, can I? She's like, yes, please.
Well, actually, I'm going to have it, we're going to be eventually offering it into evidence, so.
Okay.
They present it to the witness.
Let's mark it for identification.
Now, who is this guy?
The lawyer,
Yeah. Who's he?
Bob
from?
Alessi.
May I present it to the witness?
Is that one of Karen's?
Ms. Burgess.
Yes. So he was one of the new characters on the defense team in the retrial, and he was the lawyer who took on like all the experts, and he is so smart. He would just crush them in a way where it's like they knew it was coming and there was nothing they could do to stop it.
Hence the chameleon color change.
Exactly. He works at DLA Piper in New York City, and he's a partner at DLA Piper, and ended up joining Karen's team, worked for free. And he was a big part of why she was acquitted. So now this man is sitting here knowing that Alessi knows that he has lied on his resume, and there's nothing that he can do to stop it.
Presenting you with exhibit.
And also a moment for the hairline.
Yeah, what's the
Unclear.
unicorn?
People, if that's what your hair looks like, we just got to tully it up and just get those shavers out, because
It's okay.
no, it's not doing what you think it's doing, Shano.
TT for identification.
You fought a good fight.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm learning not to talk while I'm walking backwards so Madam Court Reporter can hear me. So I'm presenting you with what is exhibit TT for identification. Do you recognize that
Charlie
document?
Brown hair.
Yes, I do.
And what is that document?
So this document appears to be my CV.
May I approach further?
Yes.
Thank you. And is that CV a document that you have prepared?
Yes, so that is a document that either I have prepared or the company Aperture has prepared.
He's crushing him right next to him. He's like, let me get really close. And
Let me put my arm around you.
yeah, like, do you want to just come clean, or should I go through all the questions? I have to go through all the questions? Okay.
And is that a fair and accurate document?
It appears to be.
Your Honor, I offer that into evidence.
Any objections, Mr. Brennan?
No,
Shannon's like, I have an objection.
And if you could just, if Your Honor, if I have the witness hold that I have.
Hold on, let's let it go first.
Yes. Yep. Mr. Burgess, you have in front of you your CV that we just spoke about, and I'd ask you please to draw your attention to the education section where underneath in red it says BGS, and then, do I read it correctly? It says Bachelor of General Science in Mathematics and Business Administration, University of Alabama Birmingham, Alabama currently pursuing. Did I read that correctly?
You did read that correctly.
Thank you, sir. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. Like this mark is the next for identification only at this point. Oh, excuse me, can I get back on? Sure, Mr.
Your ID.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Burgess, it's been marked, the document is exhibit UU for identification. Could you please Tell me if you recognize that.
Yes, I do recognize that.
And sir, please describe briefly what that is.
Sure. So it is a CV as well.
Thank you. I would offer.
I told you it's really slow. Mimi G said, I want to know if you had any idea if this was coming. I don't think so, because he testifies in trials a lot. He hands in that same CV a lot. I think just nobody else did the background check that Alessi and Co. did. I actually think that Olivia Lambo had a big part in this. I feel like I remember somebody saying that she was the one that found that. Yeah, we should watch a Next Witness one sometime. Good idea, Smart April. Okay, so the knockout is coming.
Into evidence at this time,
Mr. Brennan, any objection?
No, thank you.
I present it back to the witness, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, his face has to be hot. It's getting so red.
To look at that, I have a question.
I feel like his glasses are like transitioning to sunglasses.
2005 CV.
Let me see. Yes, it appears to be.
Thank you. And when you've had a fair opportunity to look at it, when you can just pick your head up, sir, to let me know you're ready. I don't want to rush you, but then I have some questions.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh, when you've had a fair opportunity to look at it, please pick your head up. So
Exhibit your two CVs in front of you. Am I correct that the first one is November 2024 and the second one is April 2025?
Let me see. Yes, that appears to be correct.
In both of those CVs, you indicate that you have not yet earned a bachelor's degree.
That is correct.
And you certainly have not earned a Bachelor of Science degree in any educational field, according to those two CVs, right?
Correct.
And in fact, as you sit here today, you do not possess any bachelor's degree.
Correct.
And the reason, as you state, is because that bachelor's degree is currently pending. That's the term you use.
So I use currently pursuing.
Currently pursuing, yes. So you have a public profile that's published on Aperture's website, correct?
Yes, I do.
And it's in the form of a biography page?
Yes, I believe so.
And that biography page has your education listed?
Very possible, yes.
May I approach your own?
Yes.
Thank you.
He's getting a sunburn.
If I could have this mark, please, and once Mr. Brennan reviews it. Yeah, hand it to the witness.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Burgess giving you exhibit DD for identification.
Okay.
Liar,
You
your
recognize
face
that
is
guy?
on fire.
Yes, I do.
That was
And
so funny.
indeed, that is the bio page that's published on Aperture's website, correct?
That is what it appears to be, yes.
Now, I would like you, sir, to turn to page 2 of that document.
Okay.
And I'd like to turn your focus to the bottom of education heading. It states, am I correct, sir, BS, Mathematics, and Business Administration. Is that correct?
It does state that, yes.
And there is no qualification if it's currently pending. It states BS in Mathematics and Business Administration, correct?
That's what it states there, yes.
And you do not have a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Business Administration, do you?
No, I do not.
where's the state attorney? Like, why would they object just to like mess up the flow?
For your CV on that same website.
So
You know where that
In the first trial that we watched last time, you saw Adam Lally, who objected to absolutely everything, the one who said in the objection. And now we have Hank, who hardly ever objects, which I appreciated. I think that Hank's mindset was, let's just get this over with as fast as we can and hope that people don't remember. Hair Island. Yay. Thanks, Krista. Okay.
Link, take 2.
No, I do not.
To any member of the public reading this, including a prosecutor, a defense attorney, a judge, or a jury, that represents that you received your Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Business Administration, does it not? Okay.
That's the same.
Now, if you continue on to your photograph, are you familiar with Aperture's website that speaks about you and presents you generally?
Vaguely, yes.
Are you aware that Aperture has 2 hyperlinks, one that says CV and one says LinkedIn? Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am now.
And LinkedIn is
really aware of it, are you? If you haven't seen it.
Platform designed for career and business professionals to connect, share content, find jobs, etc. Is that a fair description of LinkedIn?
Yes, it is.
And could we also conclude that it's a professional networking platform, especially for private sector firms like Aperture, that's used to attract clients or potential clients?
Yes, correct.
And potential clients include, for example, the Commonwealth of the state of Massachusetts, correct?
Correct.
And indeed, the Commonwealth is no longer, if you will, an attracted client, but it's an actual client of Aperture and you, correct?
Correct.
And that's the status of the relationship here. Aperture is a client of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts in this case, right?
Correct.
So is it fair to say that your CV, especially when it's published on a LinkedIn or published on a website, is something that is published to intend to have, especially if you're in the private sector, have clients view and retain your services? That's a hope and an expectation, correct?
Yes, that is part of it.
Now, when you look at that document, when you click on, if you were to be in your office, and let's see if you're familiar with this, you click on your LinkedIn on Aperture's page, that would ordinarily take you directly to your professional LinkedIn account, correct? Isn't that what the links are there for?
Yes, I would expect so.
Are you notified when someone electronically accesses your LinkedIn account?
Not accesses, no. Are you referring to viewing?
Yes, that's a better verb,
yeah.
viewing. Yes.
Yes.
Were you notified within the last 72 hours that someone from the defense accessed your publicly available or viewed your publicly available LinkedIn account?
No, I was not aware.
Are you aware that within the last 72 hours, that hyperlink on Aperture's official website was disabled?
No, I was not aware.
Are you?
Okay. Basically, he schools him. That's the end of that. It's too. He just chops him up into a million pieces. At the end of that exchange, we find out that that degree that he says that he was currently pursuing doesn't actually exist.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He made that up.
He is no longer on their website.
No, so he started a company now. He started his own
Is this
company.
the guy that did that book on Oprah? Like, you know, like he faked the whole thing? The Oprah book clubs?
No, but it's funny you bring up Oprah because when Hank tries to, what do you call it? When you like revive your witness, when they're dead, what's it called? Rehabilitate.
Zombie.
When he tries to rehabilitate him, he says, did you know that Steve Jobs doesn't have a college degree and Oprah doesn't have a college degree? And then I guess it turns out like Oprah does have a college degree. But the problem wasn't, again, I'm great. You don't have a college degree. You got a job that you're doing really well in. That's great. It's the lying. So the whole point that Alessi is really, 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 really methodically highlighting is that he is misrepresenting himself. He's a liar. So now we're supposed to believe everything else that he says.
Why would Aperture send this guy to the trial of the century?
Well, I think there's only a handful of people that are willing to put their butt on the line to say whatever you want them to say, even if it's clearly made up.
That's called ethics.
Exactly. I did try. I have another one of my little skits because I did try to explain that. Here we go. Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to start with the most simple question that we ask every single expert witness. I'll allow it. I'm sorry. Where did you graduate from college? Sure. So my mama always said I was too smart for college. Aw, yes you are, sweetie. How do you spell your name? Sure. It's Shannon with one N. Do you know the word mendacity? Hey, you know, this CV isn't as bad as you're making it seem. I mean, in Massachusetts it is, but in Alabama, it's only 2009. I graduated high school last year. Well, when Mr. Alisi was asking you those questions, he did not ask you, do you always follow the rules? Well, I went right from high school to a job protecting cops and insurance agencies, so there really aren't very many rules for me. So it's almost like you're like Steve Jobs or like Oprah, right? Do you have them in Alabama yet? Yeah. So that's pretty much what happened. Okay,
it took me a while to figure out about the head wrap you had going on there. I was like, oh,
one piece of hair. I'm trying to figure out how to show the one piece of hair.
We're gonna have to give you some latex.
Okay. I don't even know how much I can actually stomach of him, so I might stop it at some point and just explain what he's trying to say. But basically, what he's going to try to do is he's going to take those puzzle pieces that we saw that don't fit together, and he's basically going to say that you can do math to make them fit together if you just like add time and subtract time and change the time and disregard the time, then it will all make sense.
I use scissors to make puzzle pieces that don't.
Yeah, that's basically what he's doing with the clock.
Now, we touched on an issue earlier. I want you to give your opinions and explain to the jury. You mentioned the word.
So this is Hank. This is direct. And this is where he's going to try to explain these clock variances.
Variance between different items. I don't think you used the word items. You said something else.
Sure. So that's going to be the clock variance between different devices. So in this instance, what we're referring to is the difference in the clocks of the Lexus module and an iPhone. So we would not expect those clocks to be perfectly synced. Typically what we see, and is what is generally accepted, is a clock variance of up to 60 seconds. And that is because when you think about when you're looking at your radio and you're looking at the clock, it's representing to you the hours and the minutes. It's not representing the seconds. So again, it's accurate. Its function is to be accurate to the minute, but its function is not to be accurate to the second.
What is a variance between different devices? An accepted concept in your community?
Yes, it is an accepted concept in my community.
When you were looking for power on, power off information from the data on the SD card, what clock would that information, that time, be dependent on?
Sure. So that's going to be dependent on the Lexus clock. That Lexus clock is continuously running, but it also syncs up with GPS systems to update the clock on occasion. We do not know how frequent that activity occurs because that is proprietary to the manufacturer themselves.
To bring us back.
And what he's trying to explain here, so you know how last time we talked about how the text stream data shows the events that happened on the car, but doesn't show the GPS location or the time or date that it happened. He's trying to say that he was able to sync up the text stream data. He was able to figure out the text stream data lined up with John's phone. And since we know that John's phone stopped moving at 12:32, he used the events on John's phone to figure out that the 3-point turn happened before they got to the house. Basically, what he's doing is he was given the answers to the test, and he had to make up the work, the show your work part.
Did he just say that the clock and the Toyota is proprietary information, and they couldn't get it?
Mm-hmm.
A clock.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that does anything else with the car. It's a clock. It's how it counts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, proprietary, secret.
Did they ask Toyota? So wait a second. You're telling me they made a request and Toyota said, "No, we're not giving that to you because we're Toyota."
I think he just.
We have Japanese time.
I think his role was to just say as many words to make the jury be like, I guess he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. I should believe him. I actually can't.
Why doesn't he sit up straight?
Because he's like his body is like eating himself from. He's like, I'm just lying.
He's trying to get smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Okay. A proprietary clock, a Toyota clock.
Yeah.
Maybe Toyota has the right time and we're all on the wrong time.
I like when he said that it was the time in his community. Like his community has a whole separate time zone than everybody else. And like, what is his community?
Well, now listen. I have my own time. Time's not real.
Right, but is anybody else in your community also go by that time?
Well, it kind of happens.
I said one year I just didn't want to change my clock when it was daylight savings time and just stay on the time that I wanted to stay on, not change it back.
I like sun in the afternoons.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
like,
why? Wants to go back to the cold and the dark days. I'm like, no, I want sunshine.
I'm trying to even see. I literally cannot stomach this man. Okay. And nothing, like every other expert that I have browsed their videos kind of has like one moment that it's like, okay, this is where they summarize like what their theory is. He doesn't ever really get to that. So here he syncs the text stream. I can't even watch that actually.
Now I understand your clocks in the thumbnail.
Yes, exactly. Okay, what happens here? Pursuant to your request. Let's see what that is.
Did anybody?
Okay. So this is an important moment of just, and the only reason why I will even stomach this man for a little bit longer before we get to Welter is that his the anti-Karen Reed people online all point to like, how do you defend the fact that like Karen reversed at this time, blah, 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 blah. And I can't even answer it because it's like, she didn't, but here is like the main crux of why I know for sure this man is lying. So he made his report on January 30th, handed it into the Commonwealth. Commonwealth gave it over to the defense team in Discovery. And at that time, Ian Whiffen, who's the cell phone guy, had a slightly different time for John's phone's last movements or something. And then he did some new testing. Everybody's changing their stuff. Basically, Shano hands in a new report after the trial has already started. And that's what we're going to watch here.
Commonwealth asked you in your January 30th, 2025 report.
We're doing 1.5. I can't.
To not discuss
Sorry, I keep doing that.
Did anybody from the Commonwealth ask you in your January 30th, 2020-25 report to not discuss your work in connection with the text stream 1162.1 and the 1162.2 events?
No.
But you didn't discuss that, meaning the 1162.1 and 1162.2 events.
Welter's worse, but he's more entertaining.
That was not part of my report, correct?
But you did delve into that and pretty heavily in your May 8th report, correct?
Correct.
And you delved into that pretty heavily in the middle of this trial, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
So after the trial, you know the trial started around April 22nd in this case?
Yes, generally.
So let's do the timeline on this. January 30th, 2025, you prepared your initial report, correct?
Correct.
In that initial report, you mentioned nothing about text stream event 1162.1, correct?
Correct.
In that report, you mentioned nothing about text stream event 1162.2, correct?
Correct.
The trial starts April 22nd, correct?
Correct. Generally.
No, the trial in this case, this trial, about April 22nd. After the trial starts and after witnesses, of course, are appearing, you prepare another report, correct?
Correct.
And that's your May 8th report.
Correct.
Right in the middle of this trial.
Correct.
And right in the middle of this trial, you enlarge the number for the 21 to 29 range. That's bigger than what it was in your first report, correct?
No, that is not correct.
Well, you changed the number, don't you?
No, I did not change the number.
Well, let's go back to see exactly what you did, sir.
Sure.
Let's start with the basics. You said on direct examination, sir, that you prepared your May 8th report on your own. Those were your words on your direct testimony, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to read the first line of your May 8th, 2025 report.
Okay.
If you have it in front of you, sir.
I do, yes.
It starts, Dear Mr. Brennan. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Pursuant to your request. That's a request you're referring to, Mr. Brennan, correct?
Correct.
I have completed an additional analysis concerning the above referenced matter. To formulate opinions, the following additional items were reviewed. This wasn't done on your initiative. You put in writing you did it at the request of Mr. Brennan. Which is it?
So that was on my own initiative. This is a holdover, so a copy and paste from my original report.
You're explaining the May 8th report in your language.
That's expert work right there.
As a cut and paste from a previous report?
Yes, I am.
Do you cut and paste important information?
Okay, so that goes on for a while. So Hank Brennan reached out to Shannon and said, whoopsies, we need you to make it fit into this new timeline now. And he was like, say no more. And pursuant to your request. And then he was like, no, I just copy and pasted that. That's not true. Yeah. But Zaxxon 499 is offended. He said, how dare you impugn his reputation? He got a degree in forensic cosmetology from the Alabama School of Physical Thingies and Small Engine Repair. Accurate.
Remember, Zach's from Texas.
He has the same degree. They were in class together.
Probably.
Okay, so that happened. This is the man, actually a troll online the other day told me. So the defense had a non-memorable guy named Matthew DeSogra who came in and basically refuted all of this. And a troll online was like, I didn't even remember DeSogra. I think Shannon Burgess was much more credible. And I was like, thank you. That tells me everything I need to know.
Remember, you can't win
Okay.
arguments with trolls.
So one more thing happens in here. He shows this timeline. This is like when he gets to his main point. And he's like, okay, this is what happened. Like there was this event and that event. I don't even know. But basically, I can't even watch the part where he explains this. But Alessi points out to him, this wasn't even on the right day. His timeline's not even a timeline of the correct date. We'll watch it.
Is slide 36 a true and accurate representation of your analysis of Miss Reed's vehicle arriving at the Canton Police Department?
Yes, it is.
And pursuant to the timeline you created, Miss Reed's vehicle powered off at 5:36:42 p.m. on January 30th, 2022, correct? Objection. Objection. Okay. Is your analysis is your analysis on slide 36 accurate down to the second, as you stated in your direct examination yesterday?
Yes, according to the Lexus, yes.
According to the Lexus.
Yes.
In point of fact, Mr. Burgess, none of the 5 timelines that we just reviewed from your presentation are accurate at all, and certainly not down to the second. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're wrong.
Are you aware?
Life lesson for everybody out there: you never tell Bob Alessi he is wrong. He is never wrong. But Shannon Burgess, and this is now 2 hours into his slaughtering, and Alessi already called him out on his resume, called him out on all sorts of stuff, and he has the audacity to say that Alessi is wrong. Spoiler alert, it's not wrong.
And if we could go back to the first slide, which is slide 32, and we'll look at each of them quickly.
Sure.
Are you aware that all of the relevant events in the timeline you described in your presentation in these slides actually occurred on January 29th, 2022, not January 30th, 2022? Do you know that?
This is January 30th, 2022. That's January 29th, correct.
It's January 29th, 2022. And in terms of January 30th, I want to go back and make sure it's very, very clear. In your presentation, they actually occurred on January 29th, 2022, correct?
The night of the incident, yes.
Could I have a moment, Your Honor, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Burgess, once that timeline crosses into midnight, it's January 30th, not January 29th, correct?
Correct, yes, it is January 30th, yes.
So in actuality, these 5 timelines, as you testified to them yesterday, are not accurate down to the second, correct? Because you got the wrong date.
Well, parlance, yes, but yes, they are still accurate to the second.
Parlance.
But the date, these 5 timelines, let's pursue this. These 5 timelines are exactly 24 hours off from the time where the event actually occurred, correct?
No, so these events occurred on January 30th. If I misspoke and said the 29th, yes.
Okay. You understand my point?
Yes, I do.
The core basis of your job, your role in this case is...
Okay, so he was wrong. Now he realized he was wrong. He told Alessi he was wrong. That was wrong.
He
Everything's
thought it was
wrong.
Cinco de Mayo.
Now we get to see Judson Welter. Thank God. I really can't with Burgess. And Shannon's not. Judson Welter is not any better. So apologize if I'm hyping him up a little.
Are these guys partners or whatever?
They work at the same company, but not even in the same location. So they worked together on this, but they don't. Welcher is in South Lake, Texas, and Welcher is in Long Beach, California, and Burgess is in South Lake, Texas, which Brian Tully flew down to South Lake, Texas to bring him the infotainment system.
Oh, Welcher is still employed.
Yeah. Welcher's their big gun. Welcher will do anything you tell him to, and he will you'll see. He doesn't have the same shame that Burgess has, and which you will find out. So first, you just need to hear his introduction so that you understand Fervent's song when he says, "I could have been a doctor." Here we go.
Dr. Welter, I want to ask you a little bit about how you became a biomechanical engineer and an accident reconstructionist. Can you tell us?
Sure. So when I was getting ready to go to college, my father, who was a physician, said, whatever you do, do not go to medical school. Because I was getting ready to go to medical school. So this was 39 years ago, I believe. 35 years ago. 39 years ago. He said, it's just not worth it. So I said, okay. So then I entered into the mechanical engineering. I grew up riding motorcycles, taking things apart, frequently pissing my parents off when I couldn't put it back together. But I like taking things apart and figuring out how things work. So I went to university and got my undergraduate degree in mechanical engineering. From there, I happened to be at a Thursday meeting of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. A group came in from a company that did this type of work, and they showed some examples of how.
Did he just say he was having to be at a Thursday meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. Thursday.
something that I think about a lot when there's people like this on the stand is like, I get uncomfortable if I'm like at a dinner party and I like talk about myself for like one sentence, like 3 sentences in a row. This man is sitting on the witness stand, all eyes on him in a silent courtroom. And he's just like, so then I was at a Thursday meeting with my friend, and he was saying maybe it was Wednesday, and he was an engineer, and I was pissing my parents off. Like, what? No, okay. No, I just can't stop playing with my hair. There is no crush. He has no shame, no filter, no shame, just like all eyes on him, and he's like, let me just milk this spotlight. So that's his credentials.
He's an expert.
He's an expert. He actually has like degrees.
I mean, I got degrees.
Yeah. So at least like we're one step above Shano.
How many years did Ben Rogers been in college?
7.
Oh, yeah. I had 6.
I told you that's my favorite movie.
I had 6. I was so jealous. Don't be a fool. Stay in school.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So he's going to take that picture that Yuri Buchanan took in Trooper Paul's report, and he's going to take it one step further. Here we go. You're going to understand all the blue paint stuff now.
So this is...
No, you're not. Hold on. This is backing into John's car. We're not there yet. This part's boring too.
Slide 85. So this is Mr. O'Keefe's vehicle before contact.
I can't watch his boring thing. He's going to try to tell us that Karen didn't back into the car, and he's going to do it not through the actual footage. He's going to like use a computer generated. He's like, make some computer arcs. Like there's a real video of her backing into it. I don't know why he needed all this computer stuff.
I like that he adds the layer of snow and ice on the car.
Right. Like, also, he's just showing how easy it is to manipulate a video.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have
Who knows what he's doing? Even the camera person's like, So now at this point, the video didn't show what he wanted it to. So then he just says it anyways.
This slide shows that there was snow here, now there's no snow there.
Dr. Welter, did you look on the driveway after the touching between the two cars to see if you could see anything on the snow at the back of Mr. O'Keefe's vehicle?
So referring to this slide, this is after the Lexus has pulled away. Looking in the snow, I see nothing in the snow.
Were you looking for anything in particular?
Of course I was. I was looking for taillight fragments.
Of course it was.
In any of the videos?
Now, again, what he's trying to prove is that Karen's whole taillight that's busted out didn't get busted out backing into John's car, which nobody has ever alleged. The point is that she backed into John's car, she cracked her taillight, there was a little tiny piece missing, and then somebody smashed it out and planted taillight pieces.
And she ran over his drink.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all she did. She hit his arm and he went flying.
Mm-hmm.
Like kung fu.
Welter's going to explain that to us.
All right.
Okay, now we're at John's injuries. This is where it gets fun.
You mentioned there were 3 areas of study, and we've been through 2. Could you tell us what you focused on your 3rd area of study regarding this case?
So the 3rd area of study, I'm now focusing in on the injuries, the at scene, physical evidence, taillight fragments, broken glass, things of that nature.
Okay. And when you conducted your studies and reached conclusions, Did you, in your PowerPoint, provide slides to help explain your process and inevitably your conclusions?
Yes, sir.
You can take us through the third section of your efforts regarding this case, specifically your efforts to identify the different pieces of evidence and your conclusions about a collision in this case.
Absolutely. Slide 104.
Please.
So this is a...
Is this 105, Dr. Welter?
I'm sorry, 105. Yeah, sorry. Slide 105. This is a picture of Mr. O'Keefe's right arm, forearm, hand, and wrist. In anatomy, your arm is defined from your shoulder to your elbow, and then from your elbow to your wrist is your forearm, and then this is your hand. So technically, when you say arm, it really means from your elbow to your shoulder. Most people call
That's
it
all the injuries he has, and he was only hit in his
shoulder
arm.
to elbow, elbow to wrist, forearm, and hand. So you can see I wrote arm.
Yeah, he got all those dog bites from a car.
Handless
And
razor.
in case you just missed that, this is your hand. Just the expert says, so it's true. This is your hand, in case nobody knew that.
And forearm. So arm, elbow to shoulder, elbow to wrist is forearm. So looking at the injuries to Mr. O'Keefe's arm, forearm, as well as his hand.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I got to stop doing that.
Okay. So I then set about to do a little bit of testing with the Lexus. The first test you're going to see is me just walking backwards or actually sideways into the Lexus. What I've done is I've painted the Lexus right rear tail light with what's called grease paint, and sort of like paint, but it doesn't dry. And then I have backed up.
It literally is called grease paint.
I shuffled into the Lexus with my arm out, see what the damage pattern looks like, or basically where someone of Mr. O'Keefe's height's arm would contact the rear tail light. So then what you see is I've shown the photographs again. I show
What do you want me to say? I mean, this is so fake. You guys got me. Okay, look, I understand.
The tail light.
Nobody did that. Okay.
So just kind of me walking slowly sideways into it. The approximate location of the tail.
Not just that they did this, but there are still people online like arguing this, like every day in my comments, yelling at me.
But this guy just proved that John killed himself because he ran into the car. The car didn't run into him. It's a totally different set of mechanics. John killed himself. The end.
This is like,
it's over.
This is actually like all these people that are like, you're making a mockery of John O'Keefe. No, you're making a mockery of John O'Keefe for insisting that this is how he passed. Like, yeah, did I miss the part? I got to make sure I didn't skip the part.
Well, hold on, look at the blue paint and look at the injury on the arm. Those are two different things. Like the blue paint covers, like all of that would be injured.
Yeah.
I mean, this proves. To me, it's a seated out. I mean, that doesn't match up to. I like how. Never mind. How tall is this guy? Is he the same exact height as John? Is he drunk when he did this?
I need to make sure. Hold on. Where are we?
This is.
Oh wait. I need to make sure I didn't miss the part where he explains very, very proudly that he is exactly the same height as. Oh, and also that he gets into. Hold on. This man is very insecure about his weight, I think, because he talks about, oh, I weighed this much at that time, like a number of times. Hold on. I got to make sure we didn't skip that.
I like that he didn't spill his drink.
Yeah. But the glass also broke in John's case, so we didn't even get that part right. 37.1 height. Well, I'll keep this playing for now. Let's see if I can.
And I'll line it up with the broken tail light in a second. Lines up with the approximate location of the lacerations on Mr. O'Keefe's arm.
Dr. Welter, let me ask you a question. When you're engaging these demonstrations, are you attempting to try to show exactly how Mr. O'Keefe was struck?
No. So we don't know exactly how he was struck. And pedestrian impacts are extremely sensitive to exact angles. And so where exactly your foot is, whether your foot's off the ground, can have an effect on where you end up after that. We just don't have enough information in this case to determine all that information. We know the taillight was broken. We know the glass was broken. We know we have damage to the rear of the Lexus. We know we have lacerations to Mr. O'Keefe's arm. So I'm trying to see if there's any correlation between all those.
Well, can body posture on a clip or a side slight collision change the trajectory or the injury?
Of course.
Can the way somebody moves or reacts before impact change it? What are other things that can change the trajectory of the person and the injuries?
So for example, if you get hit and knocked off balance or clipped and knocked off balance, you can take additional steps that will affect how far your body travels. If you have one foot on the ground versus the other foot on the ground, affects how the body rotates. If your arm is at 90 degrees or 85
How does
degrees,
it fly?
it will affect the kinematics. We
How does
attempted
it fly?
to model different possibilities, and we're getting results that were all over the map. Small changes in the pedestrian position give you huge change in the output.
You
And so-
just proved that it's
I don't know exactly
Ah,
when you get a
there's answers all.
and forearm. So arm, elbow to shoulder, elbow to wrist is forearm. So looking at the actually 6 feet, half an inch tall, what you see in the upper right is the coroner's examination report for Mr. O'Keefe. He's 73 inches tall. That's 6 feet, 1 inch tall. At this time, I was 220 pounds. Mr. O'Keefe at the time of this incident was 216 pounds. So I took measurements of myself. I'm actually wearing the same make and size shoes as Mr. O'Keefe, the same brand of jeans as Mr. O'Keefe, the same brand and size shirt of Mr. O'Keefe. You see the Lexus in the background.
But yet you didn't have the Lexus run into you. You ran to the Lexus.
Yep. And we find
all-
out in his invoice. So we got the like broken down invoice of what he billed the Commonwealth for. He bought John's same brand of underwear. He's wearing John's underwear.
He's a weirdo. This is all theater. This is all. This is not real. This is not happening. Nobody calls himself an expert. Gets paid. Nobody pays somebody to come up with this idiocracy here. I mean, this
He
is.
got paid $400,000. And yes, he is. Somebody said in the comments earlier, he is a part
Give me
owner.
400
of
grand. I'll come with a better test than this. Holy crap, man! I have
Exactly.
400 grand. You wouldn't be seeing me on YouTube anymore. I'd be out of here.
Yeah. So
To the Lexus, what I'm showing here is both my height, and then keep in mind where the height of this wing is.
Does he have the same foot
It's
size?
in my right eye.
good question.
So now I'm wearing, in addition, the same shirt and shoes, same type of sweatshirt, and actually the same kind of baseball hat. We tried to determine the exact glass.
How does any of that correlate to the accident results? How does any
He
of that
got-
again
He
make
got
this
the
make sense
same
for me?
gl- He got the same glass from the waterfall bar that John was at.
Same type. It's same type. It's not even the same. Everything's different. Okay, this is all hocus pocus. It's all smoke and mirrors. Because you know why? You're not making this make sense to me. It goes back to the simplicity of it all. It
Mhm.
has to have or Hanlon's razor. It's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Found out they
still,
were getting different ones at different times, but I ordered my glass from the same distributor that Waterfall Grill ordered their glasses from. So you can see in my right hand here, I have a glass. Here's a glass. It looks similar. It's from the same location. And then in the lower right,
it almost
Does
looks like the
anybody ever
same
think,
picture
they
that
used the
Yuri
same
took.
glass? Do I?
Apparently. It's the same picture that Yuri took in Trooper Paul's report from the first trial. They just paid $400,000 for this guy to do it.
For his expert title.
Yeah, and then for the testing, he takes the sweatshirt off. John was wearing a sweatshirt.
Well, it looks like it's hot that day.
Yeah, it wasn't snowing. Okay.
photograph, what
To
I've done
shave
is
or
I've
not to shave, side eyes.
taken the sweatshirt off, and I'm going to look at how this contact pattern lines up. So the first set of slides, I'm simply standing next to the Lexus. We know we have a broken taillight. We know how scratches on Mr. O'Keefe's arm. I'm seeing how those may or may not relate to the height and position of the taillight.
I'm going to go with
Dr.
may
Welter,
not.
if you could back-
There's one more important part we need to see from this recreation. Okay, are you ready? This is how it happened. Also, like, what are we doing here? Buckle up, because here's the moment that you're going to find out how Karen hit John.
Into me. I did this at very low speeds, and you'll see, and we'll show this from 2 different angles. That's me showing I'm doing test 2.
Oh, he does use a car. I do like that. That makes you feel better.
This is from a camera that we have pointing down at it. This is the speed. You'll see it's only about a 2-mile-an-hour impact. But even a 2-mile-an-hour impact redirects me back and causes me to rotate and take a step.
Now, this part we're actually going to watch in slow-mo, because the defense expert will point out later that he actually leans into the car.
I know the answer to what I'm trying to say, and that's not it. Sorry.
Oh, wait. First he goes and tells them something, and then they make a big deal about this and the questions. That's annoying. Okay.
Why is all this in here?
Okay, ready? This is what happened to John. He was standing in the road, watching a car speeding at him with his arm like that, because, of course. That's how John O'Keefe died.
What was the death, the cause of death? I mean, what was the entry from an arm?
He died of blunt force trauma to the head. As you can see, obviously, by that. Look at Alexi's face. Alexi said, I'm going to murder this man in a minute.
Holy.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you... I try to avoid intellectual conversations because I'm afraid I'll sound stupid. How this guy, I mean, he has got...
You won't sound stupid. You say very smart things.
Scruples to be able to do
Yeah,
this.
but exactly. That's what I mean by even him sharing about, like, my parents were always thought I was a pain in the ass. Like, you're telling a courtroom of strangers that are all just staring at you and, like, can't react. So you don't even know if they, like, think it's funny or not.
Well, if he is an engineer, engineers are kind of, they think on a different level. You know? And that's how he thinks that he can relate to the jury, is by telling a little story about childhood.
Yeah. Yeah, look at Auntie Beth. So that's what happened to John, obviously. Should we take a fervent break and then find out some more about... Okay, he's going to start to become really unhinged. That was like the peak of his testimony, where he was like still on track. And then he really just starts to go off the rails, and you'll see. We'll do a fervent break and watch the Shano song and the Judson song, and then come back for the rest of his testimony. Sound good?
So I have time for a refill?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Awesome.
We'll play Pirouette Paul at the end. We got to stay on task. Wait, but if you're getting a refill, you still need to keep your earbuds in, and you have to hear Shano's song. See you back here in a few.
Boy, Shannon with one end got the goods to put Karen Reed away. One end, Shannon here to save the day. Yeah, this southern boy came to play. Oh, wait, no, is that my resume? Yeah, I graduated in 25-3. I mean, that is when I started my degree. Stop asking questions, Bob, would you please? Okay, I don't actually have a degree. Damn it, Bob, why do you persist? Oh, you know, my major doesn't exist. Okay, I think I'm starting to get the gist. Can I change? I'm sweating through my pits. I got the goods to put Karen Reed away. One in Shannon here to save the day. Yeah, this southern boy came to play. Oh, wait, no, is that in my resume? Yeah, I'm the pride of UAB. Been going there since 1993. Took a class, then took a year off. Took another one, another year off. Then another one, another year off. Then another one, that one was tough. Think I'll finish in the next decade. After that, what even will you say? I couldn't even spell my first name, but that's okay because I'm getting paid. Got the goods to put Karen Reed away. One in Shannon here to save the day. Yeah, this southern boy came to play. Oh wait, no, is that in my resume? At least this wasn't as embarrassing as Judd's blue paint. Boy, Shannon.
Today we're gonna learn how to do accident reconstruction. Does that sound fun? Well, listen up, cause here's how it's done. First thing to do is cosplay as the victim. You gotta buy his sweater, his shoes, and then some. His boxers, his shirt, and his denim. You all look confused. Did I say something wrong? I really need you all to play along. See, I don't have much evidence to work with, so I gotta half-ass it. It won't be perfect. Do me a favor, bring that bucket over here. Well, I was lost, but now I have an idea. You gotta paint your arm blue. What does that prove? I don't got a clue, and neither do you. Could have been a doctor, but I paint my arm blue. Yo, yeah, could have been a doctor, but I paint my arm blue. Alright, next thing up, I need some elbow grease. Yeah. We're gonna send this Lexus up to outer space, cause Hank Brennan won't give me any x-rays. There is no evidence, what do I do? Well, I guess I gotta paint my arm blue. You gotta paint your arm blue. What does that prove? I don't got a clue, and neither do you. That could have been a doctor, but I paint my arm blue. Yo, yeah, could have been a doctor, but I paint my arm blue. 400,000, thank you.
It's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Did you get a
Yeah, that
refill?
one was. Hang on. Yeah, that one was good. Hang on a second, I gotta close the door.
So good. Oh my god. Also, Fervent just gets it like spot on every time. Like every detail in those songs are so good. So if you guys don't follow Fervent yet, go subscribe right now. And yes, Fervent is starting a sitcom called The House Defendants about the House Defendants. It's so funny.
Did I see that on
haven't-
X the other day?
Yes, probably. We haven't even gotten to them yet. Okay. So now Bob Alessi's just been sitting there salivating again, just waiting to systematically dismantle this man. But Shannon Burgess like curled into himself and tried to bury himself in a hole in the ground. Welcher fights back. And so here we go. And also, can we take a moment for the Trial Channel's cover of this, Flaws of Physics? And this picture. It's just so good.
I'm trying to think. The attorney here, he reminds me of somebody from movies, which that doesn't do any good. You don't know what I'm talking about.
You can even see in this suit. So Bob Alessi is like a superhuman. He is 67 years old. He works out for like 3 hours a day. He's jacked. He doesn't sleep. He knows everything about everything. He's literally a superhuman. Okay.
Are you aware of any analysis to that effect?
Okay. So I'm going to see you on this one.
May I, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. Dr. Welcher, I would like to talk now about your paint exercise.
I like the curtains in the back. I never noticed that.
That was new in the second trial. That's why.
Present, as you have stated, a force calculation with regard to the arm. You did a paint exercise. And what I want to do is to reference, and if we need to bring it up, sir, to refresh you, slides 103 to 120 of your PowerPoint presentation in this trial. I'll just call it the blue paint exercise. Is that descriptive enough for you to know what I'm talking about?
No, it's not an exercise, it's a test.
Okay, you want to call it a blue paint test?
Sure.
Okay, let's call it blue paint test. I just want to try to expedite things and use parlance that we can agree on. Okay, so
it's not an exercise, it's a test. Offended, fully offended already.
Cannot believe you.
Yes, the load is coming soon. Okay.
Is that what I keep hearing about? Sorry.
Painting the right rear tail light blue, correct?
Oh, you almost made me say right rear.
The test subject.
You fast forward that one. Right rear.
Correct?
Correct.
With the arm held out, correct?
Correct.
And at a right angle, correct?
Correct.
And then the vehicle, the Lexus SUV, is backed into the test subject, correct?
So I ran 3 different tests.
I know. Well, let's just do each one at a time, okay?
Okay, so you're starting with the last one.
I'll start with whatever one you want.
Okay.
How about if we start with the one at 1 mile per hour?
None of them are at 1 mile an hour.
2 miles per hour?
2 miles an hour.
Let's do 2 miles per hour. Let's start with that one, okay? Now, did you conduct that test in an attempt to show that the injury patterns on Mr. O'Keefe's right arm are consistent with being struck by the Lexus tail light on that arm?
So generally, I wanted to show that the location, area, and span over which that headlight covers matches the location and area of the lacerations on his arm.
That's what I want to get to. So you discussed data that you say shows that that you say shows the Lexus SUV was traveling above 20 miles per hour during the period that you allege the SUV made contact with Mr. O'Keefe. Is that correct?
No. Where'd you get that from?
Hold on. Okay. The answer is no. So did you do a test involving 20 miles per hour?
I did some other backing tests.
Yes.
I was looking at how the rear pedestrian system and what warnings you got from the rear pre-collision system, the PCS system.
Let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Would you agree that you did a blue paint test with the vehicle going at 2 miles per hour? Did you?
Of course.
Do that? Okay. You didn't do a blue paint test with the vehicle going at 20 miles per hour, correct?
That is correct. I was not going to hit myself with a Lexus at 20 miles an hour.
You could have done other tests.
I think better if you had.
It was going at 20 miles per hour if you used a crash test dummy, correct? You
If
could have
you-
done that.
If you use the right crash test dummy, and then to set up the test, because generally you only get 1 or 2 shots at it, you damage.
He names up a crash test dummy.
You know everything about the parameters, and so again, pedestrian impacts are so very sensitive to an.
And spoiler alert, what he's describing, where he's like, you would damage the car. You couldn't do this. The defense experts did everything that he is saying would be like so absurd to do. Like, oh my goodness, clutch my pearls. They did.
So
all
wait
of
a
it.
second. He's saying that you cannot do the crash test dummy because you would damage the car.
Yeah. And because the angles and the car and the speed are so sensitive that if you don't get, well, he's about to say it. I don't want to take the words out of his mouth. Ready?
I just was going to say, if you can't do it because you damaged the car,
And it was
then case closed.
Tiny.
Well, isn't that what he's trying to do, is damage the car and show how the car got damaged?
There's no damage.
The taillight was broken.
Well, I'm expecting more damage than that. When he says
Right.
you'll damage the car, I mean, to me, it sounds like, I mean, you're going to really mess it up.
Right. Oh, also, he purchased a Lexus for this, and he built
charged
the
the state?
common. Yep, and he built the Commonwealth, and he claimed that he was going to resell it in California, and he was going to be able to get more money than he paid. So he was going to actually make the Commonwealth money by selling it back and paying the Commonwealth back. You know, this man is still driving, so that's why he didn't want to damage the car.
Yeah, you can't do that. I don't think legally you can do that.
You think this is the guy who cares?
The government can't compete with free enterprise. You're not supposed to.
Well, I don't think he sold it back, so he has nothing to worry about. He's still driving around in that Lexus, and that is why he didn't want to damage the car.
He got a Lexus from the East Coast that didn't have the California emissions on it. So he was able to drive it back, go and register it. Oh, yeah, I bought it out of state.
Yeah, he's just flipping cars. Okay, so this is where he's going to explain you can't use a crash test dummy for this.
And we got some different results. I would be in here having to defend it. Well, your own testing didn't show it. Point is we don't.
So he's saying if he had recreated it with a crash test dummy, it wouldn't have shown what happened to Karen's car and John. So he couldn't do that.
All right, dummy.
Have enough information to be able to conduct that testing.
Unless he just goes exactly.
Is that the Lexus was going 24 miles per hour in reverse and in contact with Mr. Occam. That's your analysis.
No, there is not one single slide I have that says this is the speed he was hit at 24 miles an hour.
New theory.
I do not know the exact speed. We don't know the initial point of contact. We don't know where exactly he was on the road. We don't have enough information to determine that.
So we don't have nothing.
Let's talk about the other information you don't have.
Okay.
You don't have the information as to from your alleged point of contact to where Mr. O'Keefe landed. You don't have that information, do you, sir?
I'm sorry, where is my alleged point of contact?
You allege that there was a point of contact between the Lexus, the back of the Lexus, and
Correct.
Mr. O'Keefe, correct?
Right, but I don't know where that is on the road.
You don't know that. I'm going to go through the information that you don't have.
Okay, nope.
You don't have that. You don't have the point of impact. You don't have where in the road there was impact under your allegation.
Those are the same thing.
Right. You don't have where under your view, the body of Mr. O'Keefe landed precisely. You don't have that information, do you?
What do you mean by precisely? We know it's 7 feet off the road. We know it's near the flagpole. We don't know where it started. The problem isn't where it landed. The problem is where it started.
Right. And you don't have that information.
I don't have where it started.
The paint tests that you used, aren't those used, if they're used at all, as an element of physical impact reconstruction, an element, not as the focal point of the test itself.
So that was the focal point of that test. The focal point of the purpose of that test was to show the contact width and location of how someone of Mr. O'Keefe's height, which happens to be me, contacts and where it would contact where the broken.
The number of times this man says he was the same height as John O'Keefe, which happens to be me. He's so proud.
Oh.
Which happens to be me.
So is he falling for that whole like was it you girls, it's the 666 rule, which is horrible, by the way.
What does that mean?
Over 6 feet and oh wait, never mind. I'm gonna stop talking now.
What are you talking? I literally don't know.
Somebody will tell
need to
you,
hear-
but not me.
I need to hear that, which happens to be me.
You didn't give me enough information. I can't agree nor disagree. It depends on what you're trying to do.
Let's go to, on direct examination, you testified that after the 1162-2 trigger event, Ms. Reed's vehicle traveled a distance of 87 feet. Do you recall that?
You are mixing up two things. Remember, the trigger is in the middle of the event.
Give me the chart, please. Your Honor, I'll give you the, as soon as Mr. Wolf gives it, the slide 23, I believe it is.
I'm sorry, what slide?
Well, I want Mr. Wolf to go through it to check. Let me ask it this way, see if we can get to it quicker. Do you remember talking on direct about a calculation of 87 feet where you added, there was like a 30-something number and a 50 number, and you came to 87? Do you remember that in your slide presentation, sir?
Slide 30.
So he's going to try to explain now that, like, because he calculated that Karen's car went 87 feet. Who knows? It kept
So
going.
he didn't
after.
even do his own independent test to discover the 24 miles an hour.
No, and he kind of refutes it indirectly. Well, he says that he didn't. He doesn't know what speed it was going. Nobody knows anything. That is his conclusion. Literally, nobody knows anything that could have happened.
And he was worth $400,000.
Oh, I'm so glad you just said this, because this is what's next. Up on the stand, you'll see that he has his computer, and hold on. Oh, we're going to go to his emotional support. It's coming up. Never mind. He gets in trouble a lot for having his laptop out, and it's really funny.
What's he get in trouble for?
We'll get to it. So,
oh my gosh.
Here he's going to explain John's injuries and how those injuries happened, in case you were wondering, even though we don't know anything.
Performed an autopsy on Mr. O'Keefe. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
And you're aware of it because you read the autopsy report, correct?
Correct.
Are you inclined, it's a question, that Dr. Shorty Bello missed a fracture or didn't look properly for a fracture on Mr. O'Keefe?
No, I'm simply indicating that, for example, a hairline fracture, I didn't see any evidence that they actually x-rayed the structure, so there'd be no overt evidence of that.
There were wounds on the right arm of Mr. O'Keefe, correct?
Correct.
And you are saying that the medical examiner should have x-rayed that to determine whether there was a hairline fracture? Is that your testimony?
No, you're asking me about evidence and proof of absence of fracture. So I would look for an x-ray to see if that was the case. I haven't seen any evidence of an x-ray of the arm.
Guess what? There were x-rays. The state didn't show them to him.
Oh, it's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And-
please tell me he has a redemption arc here. And he says, well, you guys didn't show this to me. This changes everything.
No. So here's what was really interesting.
He doubles
is
down.
No, Alessi knows that there are x-rays. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't disclose that there are x-rays because they're waiting until the defense experts are on the stand to unveil these x-rays. And Welter was supposed to come back to do a rebuttal testimony after the defense presented their case, and they never recalled him because then he would have to explain why. He would either have to say, Hank Brennan never showed me that there were x-rays, or he would have to say I was lying when I said that I had never seen x-rays. And either way,
oh, you're right.
Really bad.
You're absolutely right. Oh my gosh.
So Alessi's sitting there just cooking. Like Alessi knows what's coming, and it's like a long game because he knows he can't own him right now. But in his head at that point, he's probably like, you'll get what's coming to you. And also one night of Squirrel School, I need to teach you about the good guys because this is Dr. La Posada, and she is the most incredible witness that you will ever see in any trial ever. And she's like the body whisperer where she can see like any autopsy of anybody and she knows exactly what happened. And even by the end, Hank was like bowing down to her. Like Hank was like, okay, well, thank you, Dr. La Posada. I love you. He didn't really say that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So maybe one night we'll do the good guys. The bad guys are just so entertaining. Okay. Buckle up. This is where things start to get really unhinged.
So you're making assumptions. You're taking what you view to be certain data, and you're coming to a conclusion, but that is based upon circumstantial information, correct? Is that correct?
Are you calling like pieces of the taillight at the scene around his body circumstantial information?
Sir, let me go to the force and then go back to the force analysis. Let's go back to the numbers. I want to stay on, if we can, just the calculation. So let's go back to the minimum amount of force you understand from the literature that it takes to break any bone in the arm from the finger up. Let's start with a hand. What's the minimum amount of force that can be applied to break a bone in the hand?
So it depends on the loading. So I don't actually know. In terms of the forearm, I can tell you there's data that shows up to 300 Gs of loading. You will not get fractures. There's one of 750 Gs showing no fractures for a male of similar height and weight of Mr. O'Keefe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So let's take those numbers.
Okay. Hang on a second.
You said 300 and 750. Did I hear it correctly?
You did.
Okay. That's the numbers you gave that would break a bone, correct?
So the 300 actually didn't break any bones, I believe. The 750, the one example, didn't break a bone, but as you got above 350, you started to break bones.
So you got above 350.
300.
Above 300, yeah, because that's what I thought you said the first time. You got above 300, you start to get breaking bones, correct?
Correct.
And so if you take that 300 number and compare it to the 2,188 pounds of force, you have 7 times the amount of force necessary to break the bone, correct, in the force analysis?
No. If you take 300 Gs times a 12-pound arm, you get 3,600 pounds. The calculation you asked me to run earlier gave you 2,188 pounds.
Right.
So you are 1,412 pounds above the force required. Like the tolerance is 1,412 pounds above the force you would say get in a 20-mile-an-hour impact in terms of the fracture forces.
Let's do it this way.
I'm sorry?
Let's do it this way.
Okay.
The force that you calculated from my hypothetical of this Lexus SUV going backwards, you came up with the F number of 2,188, correct?
I'm sorry, I didn't. What was you said?
2,188.
Dyslexic? Did you say Lexus? I didn't understand what you said.
The Lexus SUV that you've been talking about.
Gotcha.
Okay?
I didn't hear it.
You came up with a number for F for force of 2,000.
Did you say dyslexic?
Oh, dude, I feel bad for him right now because he's trying to. He knows he screwed up the math right there. It feels like.
I don't even know what numbers they're talking about, to be perfectly honest.
Did I get it right when he said like he did a calculation and he's like, okay, that's 2,100 pounds or whatever of force, and then he said no, it'd be 3,600 pounds. So meaning that there was actually more force than what was the.
So basically, like it would have taken less force to break a bone than he was arguing. I feel like jurors, if they're anything like me, tuned that part out until he said, "Did you say dyslexic?" Yeah, and also, like, why does he have like a T9800, like from whatever the TI? What were those those graphing calculators, like TI-86?
Oh,
do you remember those?
No, because I wasn't very good in math. I took remedial classes. I didn't.
Yeah, we had them in like 4th grade. Why did we all have graphing calculators anyways?
I didn't have.
Like, what were we doing?
Okay, like you went to a much better educational system than I did. Obviously, you had calculators in the 4th grade. We had naps in the 4th grade.
It was on our list, and then there was one that had a plus. It was like TI-89 plus was like the fancy one or whatever. TI-83 plus. But yeah, you could write messages. We like texted on them. Like I would like write. You could like there was an alphabet on it, and you could like write text messages and like hand your calculator to a friend, and like it would say something. Yeah, I would do it in like 7th grade. We would like pass notes. It was like before text messages existed. But okay, so Bob didn't say dyslexic. Obviously, he's talking about Alexis. Let's continue.
1,188. Are you changing that number?
Nope.
Okay, so let's go with your number of force from this vehicle of 2,188. I'm just simply asking, how much force does it take to break a bone in the right arm of a human being? How much force, not acceleration, how much force does it take to break a bone in the right arm?
Sure. So somewhere between 2,500, the one cadaver tested a distributed load of someone of similar size and weight, and actually close in age to Mr. O'Keefe, showed about 7,000 pounds of force to break it.
Let's go to the hand. Do you disagree that the literature shows it only takes 300 to 400 pounds of force to break a bone in the hand? Do you disagree with that?
Your question's too general. I can't answer your question. It depends on the loading. If I take my pencil, which has a very fine point, and jam it through my hand, I can jam it right through my hand because it's a very small point. But if I distribute the load and a broader load, such as hitting a taillight, it takes much more force because the load's distributed across it. It's like if I sit on the corner of my bed. I might sink in this far when I sit on the corner of my bed, but what happens when I spread my load out, when I lay on my bed like this? I don't sink in as far. Has my weight changed? And weight is basically force. No, but I distributed it over a larger area. So for a given force, you get less sinking into the mattress. So if you hit a broad surface like a taillight or a wall like this, it takes.
But that's not true. That's not true.
A singular.
You take the whole calculation of the mattress, and the weight still goes down because, like, if it goes down an inch when you're spread out like this, you multiply that out by how far it's spread out, and that you get your answer. If you're all sitting in one corner and it goes down 8 inches, that's because you take this size, the width, and the width and the depth of that, and you multiply by how far it goes down, and it's the same difference. It's the same volume. It takes the same volume. I was in remedial math, and I know that.
And also, what does shoving a pencil into your hand and you being a creep on your bed have to do with John O'Keefe not getting hit by a car?
I don't know, but this guy made
Also-
everybody in that courtroom think about his bed.
Well, and actually, we're gonna watch. I did a skit about him, and it took me like 11 takes to say "spread my load out" when I lay in my bed, because I kept cringing every time, and I would watch it back and I would see like my whole face cringe, and I was like, oh my God. And you could still see it at the end. He's not dumb though. This is what annoys me. Like, Trooper Paul might have actually like gotten tricked. Like, he's like, oh, this is a tricky one. Like, I need to really figure this out. Burgess, I don't even think he knew what he was talking about. Welcher knows that man was not hit by a car. He's not stupid. He knows how to do all these force calculations and this and that. He knows that John wasn't hit by a car. He's just doubling down, tripling down, and fighting Alessi about it because he wants his paycheck.
Yeah, he's it's so okay. If you're a real nerd dork type like me, like the art of the argument is great, and watching two titans like this go at it, because I mean, what's his name? Welcher, you said? Welcher has done a lot of work to be able to demand that type of pay, and it's amazing to watch them fight. It's like watching Godzilla and Mothra.
Yeah, and he does get under Alessi's skin a little bit. Like, there were a few times where he, like, you could hear him getting not flustered, but like frustrated, and nobody else was able to do that to him. I want to show you this. Is it this one? I don't think we've been properly introduced. I'm Judson, Dr. Judson Welcher. Which part of your arm has more paint? I didn't measure it, so there's no way to know anything. Who was driving the Lexus? What? Did you say dyslexic? Huh? Good afternoon, Dr. Welcher. Actually, it's good morning. According to my calculations, if you take 300 G's times a 12-pound arm, it's certainly possible. It's possible you could have shot off into space as an engineer. Your Honor, I'm not done answering the question. Sorry, what? I can shove this pencil into my hand. I'll do it right now. Judge, permission to bleed? I could hit you with a 5-pound pillow. I could hit you with a 2x4. In 1974, we measured the occiput boner. You want to know what happens when I spread my load out when I lay in my bed? This was helpful. We didn't get the boner part. See, I could look at my face. I couldn't.
You did kind of smile.
It was like I wanted to throw up every time I said it. That was helpful. I need to remember to show you the boner part when he says boner.
He says that? Mm-hmm. Are we still going to see the emotional laptop?
Yes, it's coming.
There's so much going on right now. I'm so excited. I shouldn't be. What's happening?
Here's his emotional support computer. We're going to watch a compilation of all of the times that Dr. Welcher got in trouble for his computer.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Alessi, I need you.
Emotional support.
So, and once you get that answer, I'm going to ask you to shut your computer down, or at least put down the cover.
The what?
Thank you. All right, so you can answer Mr. Alessi's
webcam. He has a webcam on?
No, put down your cover. So this is his computer right here. She said, turn your computer off or at least close the cover. He did not. There's one.
So a clip that has been, assume the clip's been in existence for months. You just got the clip.
Dr. Welcher, I have to ask you not to.
I'm trying to be helpful.
Close your computer.
Let me close it. Sorry.
Trying to be helpful. He's asking, he's Googling the answers.
Close the top.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Oh my gosh. Like, imagine like how like AI now, like he has the speaker on. Yeah. And so when he's being asked a question, the AI does the answer and he looks there and he answers it. Oh, that's so bad.
The real embarrassing thing is that their theory is so bad that even if they had that. Well, let's see. This is what it would say. According to Grok, the forearm would be shattered, fractured, and massive soft tissue damage. The polycarbonate taillight would also crack, fracture, or break into pieces. It would not remain intact. So even if he was using AI, that probably would have been better because he would have told the truth. And you can see the reflection in his glasses. Oh my God. So we got in trouble there. Did we see that one yet?
But here's the thing: the judge can see what he's doing,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't call him out for it.
Well, she did. She actually did the first couple times, and then Alessi had to take over.
Mr. Alessi.
Thank you, Your Honor. And if I could please address an administrative matter that I wish I didn't have to address. Dr. Welter was just using, at least my observation, his computer. He still has monitors on his desk. Could we have all that removed, Your Honor?
Yes.
We open.
So it's just, did you just turn it off?
No, but I will. I closed it.
Oh my gosh, this is with me.
Wait, watch Bev get up. She's mad. She's annoyed at him now. She's like, I already told you to close your computer. Watch her stand up.
Mr. Alessi.
Thank you, Your Honor. And if I could please address an administrative matter that I wish I didn't have to address. Dr. Welter was just using, at least my observation, his computer. He still has monitors on his desk. Could we have all that removed, Your Honor?
I wish he just said, what's he looking at on that computer?
Right?
No, but I will. I closed it.
Dr. Welcher was chewing gum and stuck a booger under
all the way
his
off, or just everything.
I do not see a need for the computer to be turned on. Do we have?
Yeah, at some point he starts using his Apple Watch when he gets in trouble with his computer too much.
Oh, no way.
It's literally like asking your teenager to put their phone away.
Oh. Well, here's another thing. Like you're a professional, and you just got raked over the coals. I mean, come on. You got taken to the woodshed.
Over and over.
You shouldn't have to do that. So, what's he doing in other trials that aren't national attention?
I actually, I want to plug. Brandy Churchwell did a whole like special on his backstory, and he used. I'm not going to get the details right, so everybody should go listen to it. But he testified in something where it was like clear that they were being paid to say to do this. Basically, I forget the exact story, but this is what he does. He just pretends that he knows that he's smart, and in like lower profile cases where there's not all this attention on him, and where probably the defense team doesn't have the resources to be able to refute what he's saying the way that Karen's team was able to, they just get away with it. I wish there was a way to like follow these people now, like the way that we could find out if like Yannetti has another trial, or like Hank Brennan has another trial, and we could like watch them. Like we just watched Hank Brennan when he was defending somebody. It was actually like a nice little redemption arc for him. But I wish we could follow experts in the same way, where it's like, where are you testifying tomorrow, Welcher? And can I watch you? Okay, now we're at outer space. And this is like things really went off the rails. We're now like 3 hours into his testimony with Alessi. They both kind of want to murder each other.
Well, the weather
on the website doesn't say
whether there would be a collision or not.
What?
It doesn't say where he went to school at on the website. I think it's fine because they have UAB.
He went to like he went to a good school. Like he had an engineering degree. Like he's not dumb. That's what I'm saying.
But we know it back 7 feet. So again, it goes forward like 35-ish and then back like 60 something. And so if something is within 65 feet of the rear of it, or whatever the numbers are, I need my slides.
It was 50.
50.
And he wanted his laptop, but he wasn't allowed to. Now he can only use the paper. Yeah, I think he went to USC.
If something is within that window, then it would hit it.
Oh, all right, good. So now let's look at another scenario. If it's going as you describe it, is there a likelihood that the Lexus would also go upon the lawn in front of 34 Fairview?
It depends on where it starts.
You have an opinion, don't you, as to where it starts?
No, I do not. That's actually why I have that diagram showing it off to the side. I'm
right.
simply showing how far it moved forward, how far it moved back.
Exactly.
We don't know where on the roadway it started.
Exactly. You don't know where on the roadway it started. And therefore, all you have is the distance covered, correct?
Correct.
So, but you're saying the distance is 87 feet, correct?
87 feet backwards, yes.
So backwards, 24 miles an hour. Have you ever driven a vehicle backwards 24 miles an hour, sir?
Yes, I think I've driven this Lexus backwards 24 miles an hour.
So if anybody who's driven a vehicle back, have you ever driven any vehicle back 24 miles an hour at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the morning?
Probably not since I got out of high school.
Have you ever done it when there's a...
Probably not since I got out of high school. What were you doing in high school?
He wasn't cool. He wasn't out.
Of course not.
His
but
parents wouldn't let him out. His parents thought he was in. What did he say earlier? He's a menace or whatever.
a pain in the ass. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was in the right spot.
Storm that is beginning.
No.
Have you ever done it when there is less than clear visibility?
No and no.
And have you ever done it when there's low lighting?
Oh, maybe when I've been up skiing in the snow, I've done it. It's been decades.
Right. So
he was skiing decades ago, and he remembers reversing 24 miles per hour in the dark. No, you didn't, sir.
He's up there. It was not. This guy's not. He's never done anything cool.
87 feet, 24 miles an hour. Are you saying that in every instance that vehicle will stay on the road, and for 34 Fairview, it wouldn't go up on the lawn?
When you mean every instance, mean like every possible location on the road it starts from?
Correct.
No, there's some spots. If you start here, it's going to go up on the road, on the yard. If you start too far on the other side, you're going to go over into the neighbor's yard. So it depends on where you start.
Right. And so in given the conditions that we just described, right?
Conditions have nothing to do with where you start.
Finish my
Hold
question,
on.
sir.
Only one at a time.
Yes, ma'am.
Let him finish his question, please.
Given the conditions that you've described, it is reasonable to conclude that that vehicle,
Yes, go follow him.
under your parameters,
Drop your link.
would have gone up on the lawn. Is that a reasonable conclusion? So you don't think there's any possibility that could occur a vehicle going 24 miles an hour at this location, 87 feet backwards, in the dark, with wet pavement at a minimum, and low lighting? You don't believe it's possible for the vehicle to, under your scenario, to have gone up on the lawn? That's not
So
possible.
your first question was reasonable, and I said no. Now you're asking possible. It, of course, is possible. Whether it's reasonable or not, I'd have to know the starting position.
Right.
If it's very close to the side, then it could be reasonable. If it's further towards the middle of the road because snow is building up on the side of the road, then it's probably not as reasonable. I would need more information to be able to determine whether it's reasonable or not. It's certainly possible. It's possible it could have shot off into space as an engineer, but not probable.
As an engineer? Wait, hold on. So the car would have turned into an engineer. Right? They could have shot off into space as an engineer. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What was he
It's
saying?
possible it could have shot off into space as an engineer. And Alessi goes, oh, it's possible it could have shot off into outer space.
Well, what's it? Trooper Paul, was that the one, right? He said that John never landed. maybe.
Exactly.
So this is okay. At some point, it's gonna become the meme that it was aliens that did this. You know, that they came down with their tractor beam and the tractor beam ran out of juice and just poor John fell.
Baker said it's possible to believe the expert wouldn't eat more pixie sticks, but it's not reasonable to assume.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah,
Baker,
so
she
we're in
said
outer
she's coming to
space now.
Dollywood.
Okay, ready? We're in outer space.
As an engineer, it's a possibility.
It's a possibility that this
Absolutely.
Lexus
Is it? Is that a possibility? Has that ever happened?
Again,
Can you
you're
replicate
an
this
engineer.
possibility?
Highly, highly unlikely. But again, you're asking an engineer.
Oh, I ask a lot of engineers a lot of questions. Like mostly like, why? Have you ever kissed a girl?
Engineers are magic.
Oh, they are. God bless them all.
Yeah, he orbited that. You know what? This theory
makes sense.
is actually the most logical one I've heard for explaining it, like validating that Karen did hit John, because Karen hit John. He orbited the Earth until the morning. That's why nobody saw him when they left the house.
Duh.
He landed.
Duh.
And then we found him. And the end of the story. Yep. No engineer ever. Anything is possible. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. When you try to get an engineer to say that, oh my gosh, they will go off on tangents. And they don't even realize it.
Oh my God. Like, okay.
Possibilities and probabilities.
Let's get back to reality. So in terms of the Lexus itself, because you, under your method of analysis, don't have the starting point, you can't rule out that under your scenario, the vehicle would have gone up on the lawn. You can't rule that out, can you, sir?
I cannot. No.
Okay. Now let's go to the next topic. If we could, Your Honor, have Exhibit 168 published in evidence. Now,
Okay. I'm not positive I'm going to get this spot right, but there's one other part we have to see. 134.
is the previous unknown F in the Newton's second law equation, correct?
Correct.
So now we have an answer for F, 7,200 pounds. Now you then go on to note that the applicable scientific literature states that a fracture to the occipital bone, and just to review, the occipital bone is the back of the head right here, right?
Correct.
So you then, as I understand it, you go to scientific literature and you concluded that a fracture to the occipital bone can occur with an average force of 1,634 pounds from a fall distance of 40 inches, correct? I'm sorry. How many inches? 40. That's in your report?
Well, you mixed two things together. There was stuff that reported force data. You had those numbers correct. A range of between 1,150 and 2,150, a mean of 1,634 pounds. And then it says, and a drop distance as low as 40 inches.
Right. And is the number 634 pounds a proper number for an average force?
Did you say 1,634 pounds?
I'm trying to find when he says boner. Oh, here, hold on.
Does he try to use it in the classical sense of a mistake?
This is really not easy. Okay.
1,634.
I thought that's what I said. If I did, I missed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just heard 634.
No, 1,634.
My apologies.
And you compare that to the 7,200 pounds of force that you calculated. Surely you're going to have a fracture of the occipital bones through that calculation and that comparison, correct?
Correct. Falling on a hard surface can definitely fracture your skull.
So I'm not.
That's not it either. 2, 3, 12. At some point, he says boner. I can't find it. I'm sorry.
I really feel
As you did with the head, you went to the literature and said, this is how much power.
I'll find it another time. But so that's their theory. What
was it? Blue paint's all I got. Not blue paint, but blue grease paint.
And it was just an exercise. It was not an experiment. I'm sorry, it was a test, not an exercise. Excuse me.
This is the
did I miss anything, chat, before we conclude? Because last time I missed, everyone had some good ideas of things I missed. Texas twang. Wait, hold on. How do you pronounce this word? Their screen name. No, the char. Didn't we do this once already?
33. Icon 33.
This was the one that's Greek mythology that I didn't know.
Oh, that's right. I remember that now. Charybdis. I don't do Greek mythology. I feel like I'm in church. Charybdis 16,18,033.
Our resident Greek mythologist sent $5 and said, Texas twang. Hey, buddy, look, I'm an engineer. That means I solve problems, not problems like what is reality. Okay, I need to write myself a note about this. That doesn't help. That's
a bird.
I liked that comment though. Yeah, I wondered that too. He said like the blue paint doesn't dry. I wanted to like, do you think he washed it off there? Did he drive home with that on his arm?
Oh, geez. Right? I mean, it's grease paint. It smears. You have to use paint thinner, mineral oil, something like that.
Probably was bad for the environment. He's bringing in high emission cars to California. He's rinsing off grease paint in the sewers.
Oh, yeah. You guys have different environmental laws up there. Like grease paint may be a thing.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of cool chemicals and stuff like that I can get that y'all can't.
Ooh, like what? What do you do with them?
You put them on the yard and you kill all your little critters running around. I don't like mosquitoes. I don't like stuff biting me. Well, I mean, stuff, insects.
It's still on his arm today.
No, he goes home and he covers himself in blue paint and he pretends he's Blue Man Group.
Exactly. Wait, okay. I just figured out how I can see if I missed anything, and it is, oh no. I'm just gonna watch them from my Twitter. Hold, please. One sec. Oh no.
How did he get the exact same clothes that John had? I mean,
that's what
so John was wearing new clothes because they don't have the same clothes.
I thought the same thing that when like if he had been wearing it for a long time, I think they actually talk about the fibers at some point when they have the arc. I need to show you the good guys next time. I think that we've reached the point where you can learn about the good guys now. This is, my tweet said, Welter did a whole bunch of experiments that were not backed by any type of methodology, and I think Aiden's reaction says it all.
Welter
Let's see what that was.
Not apparently did perform. It is the subject of his slide presentation, and this is there's various experiments, but the most prominent of which is painting someone's arm blue, painting a hand yellow, and then trying to use the results of that experiment to support some wayward theory as to how the SUV made contact with the decedent.
So that was a pretrial motion where Alessi is already fired up, trying to be like, don't let this guy be an expert, and still he was allowed to do whatever he wanted.
Hey, if something happens and I just like disappear, like actually this time it's I keep getting a message I have a low battery, but I check all my batteries and they're all working. So I don't know I have no idea what the message is for.
When you first said that, I thought that was like an ominous thing, like in life. If you're like,
if I disappear, like look in the woodshed behind the house.
Worried.
No, yeah, that's the problem with me with crime stuff. You're sitting there doing things, and you're like, "Oh, wait a second, is this real?" Yeah. See, I'm 100% here. My earbuds are at 47%. My camera
Still, you
is
might
at
disappear.
80%.
Oh, we missed mendacity. Hold on.
That was untrue.
That you weren't aware until someone advised you of your error. Was that true?
No, that was untrue.
Alessi asks him if he knows the word mendacity, and he doesn't, and then he could have used it. Okay. Yeah, I got you everything.
Oh, awesome. Oh, there's Valhalla. Valhalla, what are you doing awake? Did you have another baby?
If I disappear, it's because I chose to. That's what cops will always think, no matter what. Every time that there's a police officer investigating a woman's disappearance, it will be like, she disappeared like on her honeymoon with her husband, who secretly was having an affair and hated her. And then they're like, she probably just ran away. Every time.
Well, that did happen one time. Well, in California a few years ago. The chick said she was like running, and then like somebody grabbed her, put her in a van, and actually she like left to go with her ex-boyfriend and or something. And he was like,
so that
he had
one
no
woman
idea.
ruined it for all these other people who are really like in danger and missing. And every single cop now is like, oh yeah, she probably just ran away. Those women be crazy.
Yeah. Y'all watch a lot of true crime stuff.
Because
every guy knows it, man.
There's a lot we need to know how to protect ourselves from.
Yeah, Gone Girl. That's right. That was one. The movie. Or did you read the book, right?
Yeah,
see.
I did.
You have brains.
The author's name is Jillian, but with a G.
Wait.
What'd you learn tonight?
That UAB is where MG Law graduated from, and I don't know if I have faith in him anymore.
No, you still can, because Shano didn't go there. He just made it up.
Oh, he didn't even go there?
Well, he did. He went there in like 2009 for a couple years. Oh yeah, Welter says, where'd you get that idea? I think we did watch that part. Where'd you get that idea? Oh wait, I have one more. Wait.
Welter does he does do a good job with being very confident in what he's saying. So he makes you think. If you're confident in what you're saying, a lot of times people just go ahead and believe it.
Yeah, and I think probably that worked in every other trial he had ever done up until this moment. Also, at one point in Welter's testimony, he says that they ask him if he had heard anything from Shano about his testimony or whatever. And he said, well, I did get one email. Basically, like one of these like free Karen Reed people emailed Welter and was like, you need to fire Shannon Burgess. He lied on his resume.
Oh, was it? Oh. Oh. Well, the whole thing with the laptop, I mean, that's amazing too. I mean, yeah, I like, what's the judge's name? Beverly
Cannoni.
Cannoni?
Mm-hmm.
Judge Cannoni?
Judge Cannoni. We call her Auntie Bev. the long story.
Cannoli just sounds funny. I like that. I like cannolis. Those are good. But Cannoni.
Yeah, I agree.
Judge Cannoni. I mean, she stood up. She's like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take that from you.
Yeah.
And
she actually seeing these parts in isolation, she was a fair judge with these people. The part where she became really hard to stomach was when the, like, what do you call them? Like, not the expert witnesses, like the people. Whenever, like, when Jen McCabe is on the stand, when Brian Higgins is on the stand, we'll get to them. She does a lot to protect them. I felt like she was more fair with, like, she was like getting just as annoyed with Welcher as we were. With Jen McCabe and them, not so much.
wait, she was fair with Welcher?
Like, she was fair. She was like not on one side or the other. Like, when she stood up and was like, put your laptop away. Like, it didn't feel like she was biased towards either side. Like, she was kind of like ruling like a judge should, like right down the middle.
She
like,
feels bias with the witnesses.
yeah, like you'll see if ever we get to them, like Alan Jackson would be like about to expose like the craziest thing. So, like, for example, Jen McCabe went to Mike Lank's house, who is a police officer, like 2 days after all this, and had like an off the books meeting. Alan Jackson is about to expose her for that. And then Beverly suddenly interrupts and is like, Mr. Jackson, this is the last question. It's time to go. And just stops it right there. Doesn't let him ask any more questions. He's trying to expose that, like, Brian Higgins threw away his phone at an army base and broke his SIM card and threw it in another one. And she's like, Mr. Jackson, we're leaving now. And just like stops it. And loses all momentum. Yeah. She did that a lot.
Why did he throw his phone away?
That's a good question. I'm not even going to answer that right now. We're going to get to that on another day. He got an order from the court that he needed to preserve his phone. And then
he threw it away?
Yep. And he destroyed the SIM card. And so did Brian Albert, who also got the same order from the court.
And
actually, this is a good one. And then I'll save the rest for when we watch it. Brian Albert got the preservation order on September 23rd. September 22nd, September 23rd. He said he got a new phone. He upgraded his phone on September 22nd. And Alan Jackson says, oh, so you upgraded your phone like the day before you got an order to preserve it? And he said, well, my birthday was September 4th. That was his answer. And then Alan Jackson says, happy birthday.
So instead of turning the phone in,
wait, hold on. How do your sunglasses have no reflection? Is it just the angle?
What are you talking about? I'm an expert.
How do you do that?
It's filters.
That's cool. Oh.
I have a camera filter.
You see, that would be distracting.
What
That's
would
smart.
be?
Like if we could see the reflection in your glasses. Everybody is very distracted by your sunglasses.
Keeps them guessing. No, it's it's anybody who takes them so serious has filters. There you go. Look at that. I dig it. But if you have it on though, if you like, do you never really put them on like while you're doing computer work?
No, I would literally fall asleep.
A bonus. I have fallen asleep one time on a stream. Okay. Just once.
Did you mean to?
No, not at all. But
these ones are worse.
Oh, you're the reflection?
Mm-hmm. Have you ever not worn the glasses?
Yeah, Halloween.
What'd you wear instead? A mask?
Makeup. Yeah, we do a big Halloween thing.
Fun.
So yeah, we do professional makeup. You get somebody to paint us up. So like last year we went as Frankenstein and his bride. The year before we did the Sugar Skulls, and the year before that we did Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
You're like Heidi Klum does that.
Heidi Klum is amazing. I would love to
She's
hang
big
out
into
with her.
Halloween. Yeah,
Yeah, I
bet you guys would
know.
get
When you
along.
let to go to her Halloween contest or not contest, but Halloween party.
Yeah. Remember when she was a worm? That was funny.
If I went to Heidi, what would you wear if you went to Heidi Klum's Halloween party? What would you go as?
I have no idea. I feel like it would have to be like really creative. Judd Welcher with his blue paint. I'd be like, "Can I tell you about the Karen Retrial?"
She'd be like, "Oh, thanks for coming."
She's not invited next year.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know
What would you
I'd do.
be?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I just walk in with my sunglasses off, and everybody be like, "Who are you?" I'd be like, "Exactly."
Yeah, that would be the best costume.
I would go as Pickle Rick so I could steal Valhalla's costume. Yeah, he was Pickle Rick.
I don't even know what is Pickle Rick.
Rick and Morty, the cartoon.
I don't know.
You don't watch TV. You don't watch cartoons. I watch a lot of cartoons. Not so much anymore.
I didn't even know cartoons are still on. Okay, I gotta go to bed. It's
Okay.
midnight.
Oh, do you turn into a pumpkin?
Yeah, pretty much. But I think next week we should do the good guys so that you can see that we're not all ridiculous around here.
Well, I mean, that would disappoint me.
So same time next week we'll learn about the good guys.
Awesome.
I love it. Okay.
Why is all this a beeping? Yes, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. And
No, I don't.
What stop you?
I don't know who anybody is. I'm surprised
No,
I knew
no.
Heidi Klum's name.
Really?
I don't know any. No. Okay. I gotta go to bed. Or
What
say
do
some
you-
stupid stuff.
What do you know? I mean, I
This
don't know anything
trial.
pop culture. What? You know what?
I know this trial. I know every single word to every single Bluey episode. I'm a really good teacher. I can teach any kid how to read except my own.
Well, yeah.
That's my resume.
You never go home to play a concert. The hometown crowd's always bad. So don't try to teach your kid.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I got that's why I like comic books, I guess. My dad was like, as long as you're reading, I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
So good
I
night.
agree with
Good
that
night.
100%. Okay, I gotta go to bed.
All right.
I'll see you same time
Thank
next
you
week.
all
And I really look
for
forward to these all week. And I appreciate you.
I
You're
really do.
wonderful.
Like I'm like about 3 times during the week, I convinced myself, like, no, she doesn't want to hang out.
Always do.
No, you got way too much talent to hang around somebody like me.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But I do apologize for having to show you Shano. He really bores me. But I'm glad we kind of powered through them to get to Welcher. And now you know all the jokes.
He probably went home and like he went back to his hotel room, I guess, after that trial and watched like the entire season of Battlestar Galactica. And, it's just like, oh
Okay.
man, crap! I gotta.
Um,
They're not gonna like me in LA.
yeah.
It'll be
for real.
bad. I don't know what to do.
Um,
Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Okay. Good night. Good night. Good night.
If you need a place to breathe, some stress to just relieve, then come watch Emily C, where we keep it drama free. We want justice for John O'Keefe, Aiden and Kelsey, waved bye bye to Morrissey. Let's clean up Norfolk County. Emily C, the one we need, reading sidebars with Corey, writing Hank diaries, giving the people what they need. It's my pleasure to entertain, keeping you laughing makes my day. Positive not today. And now it's time to say goodbye. But before we say goodnight, just keep one thing in mind. Please like, comment, subscribe.